And we're live. Good evening, everyone, for the Thursday Tactical Muffin Top Takeover Chat. I'll be your host, lawfully armed. We've got some invites out to some other panel members. We'll see if they catch up to us shortly. In the meantime, I'll give a little while for some folks to funnel in. If you have questions, ask your questions now. This is mostly a Save TMT's time slot chat. See if I can get that camera to focus a little better. Oh, that's because I got the blur effect on. Anyway, we'll give some time for people to funnel in. The purpose of this live chat is to save TMT's Thursday night uh, time slot that he's built up, and to also just kind of catch up with everybody and BS a little because it's been a pretty hectic past few weeks in the news. I think everything to know that'll ever be public about it is known at this point. Everything else is just second guessing and speculation. And once in a while, it is nice to just hang out with your friends. Looks like we got Justin B in the house. Justin, how are you this evening, sir?
What up, man?
You keeping it fresh and froggy down in Florida this week?
A little bit.
Oh yeah,
Been busy. Just been busy.
Fiend Dog, you have a link, sir. Fiend Dog says howdy. Miss Billy says lawfully two fists. Rack Slap Tap It says what up. So we got a few people funneling in here. So Justin, I saw on your submission on the TMT's Discord, which I'll try and get a link for the people in the chat if they're not already a member. What you tell the people about it? Your repurposed cans.
Oh yeah, so I've switched over, I think maybe in the last year or so, to pretty much buying just number 10 cans. So I took the 3-year-old out there the night before last. We drilled some holes in the bottom. And then this morning we filled them up with dirt, put some seeds in them.
Right on. But how did you make the holes in them?
Just a drill bit.
Oh, I thought you. Maybe
No,
I misunderstood what I read. I thought that you took him to the range and you shot holes in the bottom of it.
oh no, actually, I got hundreds more. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll let him plink at him with the 22. Get a red marker pen, get a red paint pen or something, and tell him try to get it as close to him as possible or something.
Camo Carl, good evening, sir.
That's a good idea.
We're getting lots of good folks in tonight. I appreciate it. I know there are some other great folks in our overlapping communities of prepping and militia-esque stuff and whatnot that are still streaming right now. But I'm glad. I am honored to pull 7 people while there are simultaneous live streams going. I don't know why the blur is selective. Pat Riot, welcome. You guys need to set your like pictures or whatever. Your little words. StreamYard
Icon.
Yeah, icon pics or whatever.
Sometimes it remembers mine and auto populates, and sometimes it don't. So I just kind of, if it ain't there, it ain't there.
Sophia B in the house, in the comments, not on screen, just in the comments. Baking bread. We're getting ready for tomorrow's loaves. Loaf of the day.
That dedication right there.
Pat Riot, can you hear us? Because we can hear you breathing, sir. I think.
Breathing?
He lives. He lives.
That's not usually a thing.
I think it's just, maybe it's just truck sounds.
Well, I'm not like.
No, you're not Darth Vader. You're not like you just, I don't know if you were breathing or if you were, I don't know, whatever.
I'm driving through mountains and not even the Starlink can keep up sometimes.
Well, while we've got you, catch everybody up on how Pat Wright is doing since it's been a while.
Same old, same old. I did. My wife came across a couple deals on Facebook Marketplace.
Uh huh.
We got all the steel to do a metal roof on our new place for less than half of what it should have cost.
Right on.
But we didn't get, a choice color. It's kind of like a darker, not darker. I would say like a medium dark kind of blue. So at least the space lasers can't set our house on fire.
I was just about to say that.
So what you're saying is it's less Pat, more Riot.
Sure.
Crash and Kev says
But
whole lot of peoples.
things are just moving slow, gathering up materials and trying to get them down there.
Yeah.
And the way my luck goes, the world's going to end before I get everything done down there. Or I'll take a bunch of my preps down there, and then I'll be home when the world ends. All my preps will be in West Virginia.
Well, that's why until you're ready to make the full time hop, you just kind of split it. Like it's the wager. Uh, Anytime that you feel like the progress is going slow, remember that somebody trying to establish a homestead 100 years ago had to do it all by hand and like ox. So don't ever feel like you aren't going fast enough. You know. Or feel like you're not going fast enough. I'm just
Can't
trying to
just
give you words, of encouragement.
You can't just run down there and like start working on the house. Like we got the camper down there. Now the camper needs a little bit of work before it's livable. We got to put up solar so we got electricity while we're down there.
Yeah.
I either got to buy a solar well pump or run a generator to get water running.
Not to cut you off. V, you have a link if you'd like to jump in for a minute. Show Intel, everybody. Sub to Show Intel, or V, aka Show Intel, for your news aggregate. All things war and open source air traffic and news headlines, and her and her immediate team of people do a great job of scouring the web and consolidating all the important stuff that's public. Shout out.
They sent us on a different mission this week. They didn't have enough freight to send us straight to Phoenix. So we had to go to Denver first. And when we were leaving Denver, I bet you I saw 75 to 100 cop cars. I couldn't figure out what it was. I downloaded a scanner app, and they started talking about some car accident. So I was like, wow, all that for a car accident? But some other intel streams came up with a news article where a police officer got stabbed.
No bueno.
So I guess somebody stabbed a police officer and somebody shot the guy.
Would that make them a pick sticker?
It's crazy. They were shutting down the highway. They're sitting at all the entrance and exit ramps. They had people pulled over on the highway. Like, I guess they tried to block the highway, and some people kept going. So they went and chased them down and stopped them. So I think there might have been two things going on. There might have been that officer stabbing, and there was definitely a car accident. because I heard that on the scanner. And somebody speculated that maybe those two were related. Like
Possibly.
maybe the person who wrecked was running from the cops.
They had a dude near here, like, hang on, wheels are turning. How specific I want to be. Anyway, person around here set off or tried to set off a couple ball bombs, and the police rolled up to the fire from one, and in the process, like, fizzled one of the bombs. If you follow, and they ended up like rolling this dude up. So, but pretty wild for a little small town. I don't know if it's my webcam or if it's the blur effect, but like the camera seems super low res. I don't know. I hadn't done StreamYard in a while. What's the
I
one
think it's
everybody's
low.
switching over to?
I think it's low light. That's why you seem so fuzzy.
Well, I've got that blur effect, so like all of the not my decorations on the wall are not just super obvious, but in case I screw up at some point and like hold up something that identifies my location. You know, a telephone number or a brand logo or something, you know. Try to do a little better about that. So, anyways, I invited TMT, expecting him to at least pop in, even if he's like spackling walls or drilling holes or doing whatever he's doing on the remodel job. I figured he'd want to bounce in and like give his 5 minutes. But he's got a link, or if he just chooses to tune out, that's cool too. Just holding airwaves for him for a while. I missed out on the last one and felt bad about it, but I enjoyed.
I missed it too. You started it way too late.
Yeah.
Like us bozos over here on the East Coast, you know, we can't start a chat at 10 o'clock his time.
Yeah. Well, and it didn't even start at 10 this time, which was the thing. I was counting on like, all right, cool. I can slip out and like, I can have real life time and internet friend time, and it didn't work out. He's like, you're late. I'm like, I know. Go on without me. Don't wait up. Minecraft stream. I guess it does kind of look. Oh, there we go. Let's see. We got the chat. I've got the banner up. Ask your questions now. And V asked how my working out journey was going. Honestly, pretty poor. I have not been to the gym in like over a week, and I have habitually overate. And the liquid calories in the evening don't help. By the scale, I have put back on like 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks. But it's getting warm. We'll turn that around. I've done a little better the last day or two. Went on a hike yesterday. Let's see some waterfalls and stuff.
I got Russell's
Today.
stopped at 27 miles.
Today hit my steps plus a little and probably have done better than break even for calories. So that's how that's going. We'll correct the ship. It's a day by day process. Yesterday's pomades in the chat. Good evening, sir. Glad to see you. We're all better for you being here. Yeah, V, it does happen. It's a day by day struggle.
I think I'm down in pounds a lot lower than I've been in a while, and it's just by accident. We've just been so busy.
You forget to eat.
Never never stop moving and forget to eat. Only eat once or
Sorry.
twice a day.
Oh, I will show this off. So I was gifted this really awesome can koozie that holds the slender cans. So you put the White Claws in there, and then I was encouraged to sticker bomb it. He was like, "Go ahead and put your stickers on." So I put the stickers on it. So like, Jay is keeping my beverages extra safe. That's pretty cool. Pinkies are always up, yes. And if she's watching, she knows who she is. Thank you for the really cool double walled can koozie. I don't think she's watching because she had something going on in that, but so like taking a break from prepper talk, Pat. Not don't be any more like extra personal than you want to be. But like, what's it's hard to word. What's Pat doing for like fun or like relax?
Relax.
Yeah. All right.
What is this word? What is this word? It's
Do you permit yourself to like unplug for a little while, whether that be 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 2 hours or whatever a day? What do you do that's just selfish entertainment or like unplug from the world?
it's kind of boring. Like scroll Facebook Marketplace for like an hour before I get out of bed.
That's all right. I mean, that's something. You're not looking like real hard for preps or deals on home building equipment or anything. Like you don't ever allow yourself a little bit of like,
Nope. I don't
no.
get the opportunity to play video games much anymore. Pretty much never.
All right. So then pivot. If you got the opportunity to play video games, what video game would you be playing?
I was obsessed with Call of Duty Mobile for a long time.
Is that
I was playing that. I could play that out on the road with the internet that I had.
is it a pretty comparable experience to playing like the console version as far as the interaction?
Yeah.
I've never done that, so that's why I ask.
What made it fun is I was using an Xbox controller Bluetooth to my tablet. So I was on really good internet. I was using a tablet and I had a controller. So I was actually able to like hold my own. Because normal Call of Duty, I just get completely wrecked and it's not fun. Like I don't have the time to invest in getting good enough to make that game fun. But with those advantages I had, it was kind of fun.
Well, and no offense to you, Pat, but you've probably peaked on your reaction time. That even if you knew
in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, if you knew all of the right moves, there's some 13-year-old with like quicker, fast twitch muscles and more succinct words.
But just over the past, I'm probably haven't played it in close to a year. But when I was playing it, within the few months that I was, it started getting a little freaking crazy. Like it must have been more popular in like Japan than it was in America because they started doing all that like panda bear crazy looking sci-fi guns and skins and all that stuff.
Yeah, they were going.
Not-
They were going the way of. Oh, I cannot think of the game. Somebody in the chat will help us.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, why can
It
I
was
not
the
think?
like that building game, or it was a shooter and you built bases at the same time.
Yeah, you got like the shrinking circle or whatever.
Fortnite.
There you go. You got it. You took your Geritol. Good job, Pat. Fortnite. They went the way of Fortnite. Started selling Nicki Minaj skins and stuff.
I don't know if it went like
So that you could
celebrities, but
like
it
you
was
could
all
like
crazy stuff.
do that with Nicki Minaj's character or on her dead character's face. You know, the old teabag. All right, keep it going. I gotta go for a resupply.
I can't see the chat. I'm driving, so that'll make things difficult. So anyway, the horrors of homesteading 5 hours away, or trying to homestead 5 hours away from your original house. It's like burns up an entire day just loading up trailers and driving all the way down there. By the time you get there, you got just enough time to get the camper set up and go to bed. So then you can work a full day and then either sleep in the camper again and come home the next morning, or try and go home that night.
All work and no play makes Pat a dull boy.
I am a very dull boy. It's been nothing but work for as long as I can remember. 2 weeks ago, when we were down at the property working our balls off, or me working my balls off. My wife does not have the requisite equipment to work off. I was sore and tired. Like my knee was killing me, and I was like, you know what? We're not coming down here next weekend. I'm not doing shit when we get home next week. Well, this past week that we were home, we were fucking balls to the wall busy, pretty much. The whole
Yeah.
weekend. And I keep lying to myself, I'm working outside, and I'm like, you know what? 4 o'clock, I'm done. I'm going to be done by 4 o'clock. I'm going to go inside, eat something, and then relax for the rest of the evening. That never freaking happens.
Sophia says it'll all be worth it, Pat. Just saying. So you're getting some encouragement from the chat.
Yeah. In a year or two, I'll look. I told my wife the first night we stayed down there in the cabin, or in the camper in the driveway of down there. It was pretty miserable. Like I texted Muffin yesterday after I listened to the chat that he had, and he started talking about getting animals, and he's like even talking about cats and dogs, and I'm like, I was about to tear into him. It's like, who the hell wants a cat and who the hell wants a dog? And then I had like this aha moment. This will all come around, I promise. At my house now, like we had a freaking mouse catastrophe. Like our house is infested with fucking mice. So we got poison and traps everywhere. The camper was infested with mice. We put poison and traps everywhere. There's mouse shit everywhere. The shed that my dog stays in is full of mouse shit and everything. I had this aha moment, like while I was listening to his podcast. Our outside cat died a couple of months ago.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden we have a mouse problem. Like, oh. So anyway, the camper was. I tried to clean it out. I thought I had it pretty clean, but when we got down there, my wife started setting up the bed and everything so we could sleep. She just kept finding more and more and more mouse poop.
Man.
And I put some homemade mouse poison in there. It's not really poison. It's um, baking soda and muffin mix, and they
Good
eat
night,
it.
Sophia.
And you already told you guys about it. The baking soda gives them bubble guts, and they can't do anything about it. But anyway, I had them under control.
Bubble guts.
But there was at least one. At least one. I think he was he was under the bathtub in the camper. Like there's this huge void under the bathtub, and I don't think he could get to where we had that mouse poison. So we were down there, and we got it. She got it all cleaned up and set up, and we're laying there trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden you start hearing that freaking mouse chew on shit. You know, like. So you go over and you like smack the wall, and he stops for a little while. So we went to Walmart the next morning and got some more mouse traps, and I think we got him. But anyway, hopefully we got rid of the mouse problem in the camper at least, and then we can at least stay in there. Because luckily it's getting warmer because the freaking furnace, the fan in it squeals real bad. But the AC works okay, so luckily it's getting warmer, and we won't need the furnace, I hope.
Fingers crossed.
That was a really long way of saying. I told my wife that night. I told my wife that night, like as miserable as it kind of was staying down there, because it smelled like mice too. As miserable as it was, I told her in a year or two we'd be thinking back on this night, laughing about it.
Right. Well, since you've
And
not had. Sorry, go ahead.
something crazy about being down there is since we're so far away from the main road, we're 6 miles back.
Mm-hmm.
It is dead silent back there at night, like dead silent, like not even any birds or insects the one night, which made me think Bigfoot was watching us.
No.
The second night I definitely heard bugs and birds and stuff, but the first night it was dead freaking silent. And that's, I don't know, some people like noise. I don't think I'm one of them. It was really, really nice being down there. And then for like 10 minutes, we got to sit on our front porch and kind of just enjoy the property for a second.
Right.
And then my neighbor showed up. I got a bunch of geriatric neighbors. And when we show up down there, they want to come over and like, oh, hey, new person. Let me stand here and talk to you for 2 hours. Like, crap.
Let me fill you in good on my past couple weeks. So this past Sunday, Easter was great. Christ is risen. The Sunday before last, I was bad and I skipped out on church to go shoot a concealed carry match, which it's like a local club match. What they do is they follow, for the most part, like IDPA or IPSC rules, which basically amounts to the 4 firearm safety rules and don't break the 180 line, which follows you as you move down range and back. And then how they score it, just to keep it simple, is they score it time plus. So like if you neutralize all the targets, then you just have your raw time. An alpha adds no time, whether that be the high center chest or whether that be the T box. And then Charlies add 1 second to your time. Deltas add 3 seconds to your time. Failure to neutralize a target adds 5 seconds. And then if you shoot a no shoot target, that adds 5 seconds. So I finished 15th out of 22 or 23 people, but otherwise felt pretty good about it. My hits were good. I just needed to be faster. And some of the seasoned guys were like, "Your hits are good. You can speed up." And it's like, cool. So next time I'll speed up. Uh, that's kind of a quarterly match that they kind of decide. They pick a date on the fly. So I'm not sure when the next one will be. But now that I kind of know, now that I've popped the cherry, I kind of know what to expect. Um, but it requires 2 hits per target to neutralize it, whether that be one chest, one head, or whatever. Um, and they're not using regular IDPA or IPTIC targets. They're actually using the PCSL targets. That Practical Shooting Sports League or whatever. Practical Shooting something. I don't know. They're like a reduced silhouette. So like you don't have all this lower torso. It's all like upper torso and then the head. And the trade off is you've got a bigger T box for the head than you would have like the rectangle normally on like a IDPA target, and then you've got a fairly generous diamond as your alpha on the high center chest. So like even though the overall target is smaller, like that aim fast,
Your hit zones are larger.
yeah, your alpha zone is more practical both for the T and for the alpha. And I guess if you were shooting by PCSL rules, from what I had read, trying to get the dimensions of the targets to make my own, which of course they don't share because they want you to buy their cardboard targets. The T zone in their league is a one-shot neutralize, but that's not how we shot it for this local match, and I'm not mad about it. Uh, did go for a couple headshots on some of the targets, particularly the ones that had like a no-shoot position in front of it, kind of a hostage scenario target. Um, but to keep it real simple and to keep it moving, there's 3 bays, like 3 ranges that are set up, 3 stages that are set up, but you've got 2 different start positions. So everybody shoots each bay twice from the different start positions. Like one of them, you might start step forward a ways with your hands on the barrel, and you have to back up to neutralize targets to one side or the other. Whereas the other time, you may start at the back with your feet outside the fault lines. But totally a bunch of fun. Got another guy that's a friend, that's a club member to sign up. Got another friend that's not a club member to sign up, and then gave him a tour um, of the range afterwards. And I'm pestering him to sign up. Uh, so like that's super cool. Just been kind of enjoying that. Um, as I mentioned earlier, got in a pretty good off trail hike in yesterday. Getting to explore a creek that is also fed by a um,
Spring.
thank you, fed by a spring, which is all that had it wet because we've not had much in the way of rain in the last month. But couple of neat little bluffs, um, one pretty decent waterfall. We got to look at that. The squirrels are definitely out. Didn't see any snakes to my surprise, but lots of squirrels. Saw a couple lizards. Found one box turtle or terrapin, whatever you want to call it. Said hi to him or her.
Give it another 30 days or so. You'll start seeing snakes out there.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it didn't get real hot till the sun was high in the sky, and we got out there kind of latter morning, and we're wrapping it up by noon. Did see one doe and good healthy doe, and she didn't seem terribly intimidated by us. I mean, she kind of like hopped a ways, and then just kind of looked back at us, but she was never like terribly alert, like her tail wasn't up.
It's
It
probably
was
used to
cool.
seeing people.
I think so, and it was neat to get out in nature. And kind of on our way back, we cut through like there's an obvious deer trail, just kind of a narrow cleared spot. except for the little bit of overgrowth, about 3 feet up. So kind of running up the Hobbit Trail, you just kind of like low crouched and like Gears Ward it. For those of you that played Gears of War, uh, had this on the stage for a minute or on the panel for a minute. Yeah, stage, whatever. TJH 1994 says, "What up, homies? You've been recognized, fool. We're glad to have you."
I saw an interesting site the other day. I was driving over to the local Ace Hardware store to go pick up some stuff that I ordered, and
Yeah.
I gotta pull the thing off the dash cam because it is funny. But there's a whole sleeve of condom wrappers in the middle of the road, and a female turkey on the side of the road, and the male turkey is standing right next to the sleeve of condoms in the middle of the road with his feathers out. I was like, you can't make that shit up. I gotta go pull that footage and get a screenshot of it.
Yeah. I almost need you to like don't show the beginning so we don't know whereabouts you live, and I don't need the after. But I would be pretty tickled to see that minute and a half, 2 minutes of
Yeah, I
footage.
think it's too
You could
funny. Well,
you could
it's
go
it's
viral.
far enough. It's far enough away from home to where I don't give a shit.
Good.
All you can see is the golf course, and golf course is massive. Yeah, it could go viral. That's pretty funny. But if anybody on here doesn't know, Ace Hardware does have 12 packs of the 32-ounce jars on sale for $10.
You hear that, everybody? Ball 32-ounce jars at your local Ace Hardware.
Use the app. Use the app. Get the little free money that they give you. Get a couple bags of free dirt, and then order some of the jars to the store if they don't have them in stock. It's free shipping.
Get your Slishmans from preparedcitizenstg.com. Waffly Armed is powered by Slishman Pressure Wraps and White Claw, and a proud affiliate of Walther Firearms. Which, by
So
the way, I
when
should be
is
getting
Walter
my
going to
third
start
one
making
shortly.
an AR platform?
I don't see that in the future.
Is that why you got the arrow sticker on there?
I got the arrow sticker because I own an arrow rifle, and I have been an arrow dealer. I guess technically I'm not now. I mean, I can order stuff through distribution. We don't have a direct account with them any longer. But Fiend Dog, who won't jump in the chat even though he's got a link, he doesn't have to show his face. He can just go in here and bitch about New Jersey, says Ace Hardware sells the best charcoal on the market, B&B brand. So there you go, Justin. B&B brand charcoal.
All
Ace
right.
is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I don't know. I've been quite happy with them for the last couple of weeks. I ordered 1,000 jars from them, and it's a new location, so I got to meet the owner of that location, and he gave me a bunch of free stuff for the large order, which really wasn't that large because I mean, like I said, they're half off, and that's probably never going to happen again. So that, and if you download their app, you get like $10. I got some free dirt.
Oh, sorry, I'm switching it up on you.
Yep.
Speaking of
They,
Walther, so their website that I won't say, but it ends in .com and starts with Walther Arms. Yeah, okay. So they had the old PPS, excuse me, PPQ M2 subcompact mags on sale. This is airsoft. I'm just using it as a stand-in, right? So it would be the 10 or 12 round flush fit mag with the pinky extension. What it is though is you pull the sleeve off and it becomes a 15 round. Sorry, the lighting sucks. Become a 15 round PPQ or PDP compact mag. So what I did because they were 20 doll hairs was I ordered 5 of them to get free shipping because all orders over 100 doll hairs get free shipping, even though they didn't mail them far. I'm going to shut up beyond that. So ordered 5 of them and pulled these spacers off, and then I got 5 PPQ or PDP compact 15 round mags for like half price. So as a tribute to all those grip spacers, I have the one mag that I affectionately call the all grip no insertion mag. It's got 4 finger twirls, and I thought about like if I were Pat Riot and I could 3D print or do cool things, it would be funny as hell to connect this all together, where I could make like
Hot
a
glue. Hot glue.
separate grip insertion. Yeah, probably hot glue would do a good enough job, or super glue even maybe.
Yeah.
Like grease the
Rough it up
magazine
with
so it
some
doesn't stick.
rough it up with some sandpaper. But you know
But
what else is funny about
it's
those?
the all grip no insertion.
What else is funny about that is you could really realistically put it up on one of your local pages and somebody would probably buy all those off of you.
Well, so that's the other reason I've kept them is in case I have a customer. One of them's at work. That's why I only have 4 of the 5. I kept one in the package at work, so that way if somebody does come in, the lo and behold has a now discontinued PPQ M2 subcompact, and they're like, I need a mag for this. Well, I can sell you a PPQ or PDP mag, and then I will give you this if you buy the mag. Problem solved. Now, technically, there is a difference, and this is actually the factory PDP mag, but technically there is a difference. The not the floor plate, but the floor plate, not the end plate. The floor plate is different, and I think the spring is just a little bit stiffer to work out the difference in slide velocity. Like it presents the rounds with a little more tension to offset the slide velocity of the PBQ M2 subcompact. That's a mouthful. They kind of need to come up with better naming conventions. Um, I've not noticed that to be a detriment in the PDP though, because you get to Googling it and everybody will tell you the PDPs are oversprung in the slide. So it's worked out. I shot them in that match. I used a couple of them in that match. Um,
They ran.
check out Instagram or my YouTube channel here for a snippet from one of the stages that a friend filmed. Um, they forced you because it is a carry match. All of it started from concealment, and then they forced you to do at least one magazine reload per stage.
Hey,
They,
we got a wild fiend dog out back.
we do have a fiend dog. Um, anyways, you had to do at least one mag change after your first shot, but before your last shot each stage. So somewhere in that stage, you had to game out when you ideally wanted to do the reload, And the one that he happened to film when the epiphany hit us of like, oh, we ought to record this not just to share it, but so we've got footage so we can critique ourselves. The same way you film a football game and go back and watch yourselves and your competition play. I reloaded too early, and after rewatching it over and over again, I don't think I actually ran out of ammo. I think what happened is maybe I did have a stoppage, like rolled the slide lock or did something, and I just thought, oh, reload again. And so, like, you can hear people
That
behind him filming going, oh, shit. And then you hear me holler, butthole mag. And I lean back and grab that back pocket mag and slapped it in there to get those last 2 shots off on that final target. Anyways,
well, I
everybody was
mean
there,
that's
got
still
a hoot out of it.
that's still a good thing though. I mean, if you know you got a mag change and something kind of hiccuped, it's probably takes you it's just as much time to clear the malfunction. So you might as well do the damn mag change.
Well, and I had already, like, knowing that I had that third mag back there, because what it was every stage I'd set myself up full mag to stick in the gun, full mag in my mag carrier, right? Fluff shirt over it. You get a second to kind of do a couple presentations, make sure your dot was good, whatever, holster, shooter ready, stand by, beep, and you go to work. Well, I kept that third mag in my back pocket all the time, just as a worst case, whatever happens. Oh, we lost Fiend Dog. Um, but because I had got into it knowing like I've got this third mag if anything happens. What happened?
And so I just stuck that third mag in there, dropped the slide, leaned over, had to get that last 2 shots in that target.
Did you get a penalty? Oh, so you weren't supposed to use that third mag. Did you get a penalty for it?
No, I did
Okay.
not. I had one stage where I clipped a no shoot, and they used that as a teaching moment because there was, like normally there wouldn't be any coaching or anything during a match, like if it were an actual accredited match or whatever, qualifier match or whatever.
Yeah.
But because this is just a little local club match to try and get people to come out and run what they carry. I mean, there were guys in our squad that were shooting P320s, and they kind of were bending the rules, like they had their gamer rigs on, and they just kind of like wore a jacket around it. They didn't even zip up; they just kind of
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of us were pretty serious about wearing what we normally carry. My one friend that wasn't a club member brought his P365, and he even started out with like a big old box of Monarch dog shit steel case ammo, and then realized like by about the third stage he was like, I didn't bring enough ammo, and so like I spotted him a couple boxes to finish the match. That stuff that I've been shooting has got hard primers, so on the video that I got of him shooting, because he filmed me, I filmed him back. Beep, click, rack, click, rack, bow, bow, click, rack. Like he had like every
Was
other
not
shot was
wanting to eat.
malfunction. Yeah, and so, but it also was filthy dirty. Like he sent me some pictures that evening after he like stripped it down and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner with a bunch of hoppies, and like the bag of like crap, like it was just like
Well, yeah. I mean
muddy green brown.
that Monarch shit. That's the Academy store brand or whatever. And yeah, I will
Right.
say,
But it
I
was like
stopped. I
5
stopped
years of
buying it.
gack. It
Yeah.
was like 5 years of gack. He had never like pulled the fire control unit out of the polymer frame and like
Oh.
cleaned it at any real capacity. It had just been kind of a poke the bore and like add more oil. So like he
Mm.
just totally bathed it, started new, and last I heard it runs a lot better now. So while I think people as a whole do more harm, more mechanical wear to their guns over scrubbing them, at some point you do need to clean them. Like when they're super gacky. Anyways, without further ado, Monsieur Fiendog, I will add you to stage again. How are you, our homie from New Jersey?
Sup, you filthy animals.
The one, the only real Fiendog. All others are imitators.
I have
relatives.
2 weeks left of classes, then I'm done.
Nice.
Magnifique. You can see the
Thank
finish
the
line.
Lord. Thank the Lord.
You ready to
Been
buy
a
those
long
steaks?
years.
You ready to buy those steaks and that charcoal? And you're gonna.
Oh yeah, you got
Yes,
that
sir.
right.
Gonna have that beer garden going.
Yeah, we're
Was
getting
it
a
Pabst
bunch
Blue
of.
Ribbon there? PBR.
It used to be, yeah.
What's the state beer of New Jersey?
Uh, it was Budweiser until they
I was
closed
gonna say
down
Budweiser.
Yeah, Budweiser. They
White
just
number.
closed down the Budweiser plant in Newark, New Jersey, though.
That's a shame.
Everything's leaving.
I wonder why.
But
You could really get
wonder,
me on my soapbox about other stuff, but go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Go while you got the fire.
believe it or not, our wonderful governor did just cut all the red tape out to get a bunch of nuclear power plants built here. Good news.
Okay.
A lot of work, will lower the energy costs.
No, it's all gonna go for AI. It's all. It ain't gonna lower your guys' energy costs. It's all gonna be diverted for something else. But the work is nice.
So those each one is like 10 years worth of work. So
Yeah, you don't put a plan up overnight. I'll tell you that.
Before I swirl and forget, talking about my soapbox. So I'm capitalist, so like I'm conflicted in this, and maybe Pat with his modicum of age difference and wisdom. Maybe you too to a degree, Fiend Dog. Like I feel like I'm capitalist, free market. So obviously the market decides. But then there's also that degree of like American excellence and buy American and be proud of it and keep your money here. You know, we all raise each other's ships. But like for guns specifically, because that's obviously the industry I'm in, and I see it, from both the front end and the back end. Um, People bitch and moan about them not making guns like they used to, which is probably not true. I would say, grand scheme of things, is not true. I think guns have always been. The difference is that we have more expendable income than we used to, so that's why people own. The average person owns double or triple the guns that their grandfather did. Bear certain exceptions, guys that were just really into guns, whatever. Anyway, but like all of the Turk shit, like I know you can rag on Glock for making the same thing good, bad, or indifferent for 40 years now. Obviously, everybody has caught up. Everybody makes a Glock clone, whether it is a literal mechanical, like part for part Glock clone, or whether it's an M&P or a PDP or whatever. Like they make a polymer frame striker fire gun, 15 to 18 rounds, does all the things, whatever. But like Canic, and then I would probably, let me turn my camera back on for this so I can talk with my hands. I would probably, if you had to acknowledge one, Canic is probably of the higher quality. Has established a brand in the past 7 years. They were cooler when they were $300 as opposed to $5+. But and a nod to Canic that they're making some of their stuff stateside now. So I won't harp on them too hard. But all of the Turkish shit, the shotguns, if you haven't already bought one, and if you have, shame on you, don't buy a shitty Turkish AR or AK 12 gauge shotgun. Just don't. They're not as cool as you think they are.
I have a Turkish
Promise.
handgun which actually functions very well, flawless.
Well, and I believe you, especially if it's a ripoff of a CZ75, a Glock 19, or a Beretta 92, because when the gun's figured out already.
It's a SAR 9 from SAR USA.
Yeah.
The SAR 9s are good.
It actually works, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, the SAR, I know quite a few people with SAR 9s that work very well. But lawfully, what if my Turkish shotgun was like $70?
Still,
and
like,
it works.
Shame on you, because it could have been a Maverick 88, and you could have kept your friends in Tejas, albeit Eagle Pass Tejas.
Bro, I still cannot find a Maverick 88 down here where I live for
Mossberg
anything close to what everybody else is saying that they find them at. I cannot for the life of me find
them. Online and have it shipped in.
They're all Turkish Mossberg barrels.
No. The SA-35s. That's the Springfield Bissell. The Mossberg International, like the SA. I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. The imported stuff is Turkish that Mossberg does. The Mossberg International line of products, which they're now doing the Maverick name, it's not solely the Mossberg name. That stuff is imported from Turkey. The Maverick 88s are made in Eagle Pass, Texas, as opposed to the like 500s and 590s that are made in Connecticut. And that's to get away from that bullshit union labor. No offense, Fiend Dog. But that's how they keep the price down. A little more automation and the poorer people. We are not getting any comments. So if y'all are still here and you're listening to us banter, listen to me slur my speech, would y'all
I don't see nothing wrong with the 590.
There's not anything wrong with the 590. It's tried, true, and tested. It's the only shotgun adopted by the modern United States Army.
Mm-hmm.
590 and the 500 are two of the best shotguns ever made.
And I still haven't shot a 500.
I mean, it's just like shooting a 590. It's just it weighs a little less.
Yeah.
The 590's got the differences in the mag cap. The 500s have the screw going through like the welded on loop, so you're pinned at whatever mag cap the gun shipped with. Whereas with a 590 or a 590A1, you can get mag tube extensions.
Oh, okay.
The 590A1 has the heavier barrel and the metal trigger guard, which
My
were military
500's my hunting
requirements.
shotgun. I
Which
have
were
the
military
20.
requirements because with the bayonet play, they didn't want anybody bending barrels because they knew, like in training and stuff, our soldiers and mostly sailors, I think it was more of a Navy thing, get carried away and they bayonet the stuff and bend the shotgun barrels. And then the metal trigger guard is an upgrade. And
No,
if
that's gotta be
if
Army or something. We did like in the Navy, all we did was shoot it like twice, and then you qualified with the shotgun.
right, well, and
We
if
didn't do
you
nothing
are not,
crazy.
if you don't have a proclivity to drop your shotgun a whole bunch, then it's probably not worth the extra money because realistically, nobody's sticking a bayonet on their shotgun, especially not as a private citizen. However, if you are butterfingery, but have butterfingers and drop your shotgun, maybe it's worth it on the front end to pay the $150, $200 more to get the metal trigger guard. I would like to have that. What they sell it for separately, because they'll sell you, Mossberg on their website will sell you that whole metal trigger guard pack with the trigger installed. So all you got to do is drop it in and put the takedown pins back in the shotgun. But I want to say they want like $300 for that separately. And that
Oh,
is more.
fuck you.
Right.
Yeah,
And
fuck
that's more than
that.
I want to spend on that. So I'm
I
not.
believe
And as
I
little
believe
as I
my
have
500
honestly
has a
shot my
metal.
shotgun in the past decade, the one I've got that's paid for is worth more than anybody else's. But it's American. It's actually a New Haven, Connecticut made 500 Persuader Cruiser model. Actually, it's a Sports South exclusive. That ships with the bullshit pistol grip, so that you can run around singing
Yeah, mine came with that pistol
pistol
grip, but
grip pump.
I never
And
put it
it's got
on
the
though.
buttstock in the box, so you have to be 21 to buy it, and then switch the stock out yourself. And as soon as I bought it, put the buttstock on it. But then one time, put the pistol grip back on it. Went and shot one box of the 25 count low brass birdshot, like a 10 count box of
Changed it.
low recoil double aught buck. Could not hardly write the next day. It's when I still worked at Walmart and had to sign the 4473s in ink. And I was like I couldn't, like all the small muscles in my hand were sore. It was like, screw that. Like, I mean, I worked through it the day of, and was tender, but like I, didn't gripe about it. But the next day woke up and like my hand didn't work. So screw that. So that pistol grip went back in the box in the back of the closet, and it had been there for a decade.
Yeah, my Mossberg is the 500 Field Edition. It came with the 18.5-inch barrel and the 28-inch barrel and the pistol grip.
So you've got
and it's all wood. It's beautiful
model.
walnut.
Yep. You've got that
It's
Field
like
combo.
It's so pretty that I almost don't want to use it, but it's a tool and I use it all the time. It's my hunting shotgun.
Well, what's cool is after you put a few more years of honest use on it, you can go back, lightly sand it, stain it like a dark American oak finish or something, hit it with a couple coats of clear coat, and just keep using it. There's nothing wrong with wood. I mean, in this day and age, I wouldn't go out of my way to pay more for wood. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with wood. It's been an acceptable stock material for 500 years. It's not like
it's
all of
a
a sudden the
classic
wood
look.
started. Yeah, I mean, you can pay more for better looking wood, but that's wholly acceptable wood. I mean, you can still turn that around and beat a guy with it if you need to.
I find it funny that my brother has the same exact shotgun, but his wood is so much lighter looking than my wood on it.
I mean, it varies a little. Which, okay, for all the ragging on the Turks that I did. All right, so the CZ shotguns are made by Huglu in Turkey. The Stoger shotguns are made in Turkey, in Istanbul. The one trade-off there, they are made in an ISO 9000 plant under Benelli engineers. So how they're saving the money, how Stoger sells you a gun cheaper, is that basically they come in, the Italians come in, build a factory, set up the machinery, and then all that the Turks have to do is hit the start button and load and unload raw material. So like you only have to have like a 6th grade education to work there. Because if there's an issue, they
I'll
just
let
call one of
you
the
know.
engineers.
I'll let you know the ISO plant, the ISO certified plant that I worked in, was also set up by a bunch
Well,
of
and
people
that's
from
most of them.
Italy,
Yeah.
and yeah, like literally, you can be a dumbass, but if you want your shit to run fast, you need to know a little bit more. But that's
Well,
how I
and
moved up there. But yeah,
from getting the factory tour, that's how the Walther USA plant is. I mean, it's I'll be honest, and they don't pay a whole lot. So I will
yeah,
say though,
because there's got to pay, because when those guys fly in from Italy and shit, they're making a stupid amount of money.
well, in that instance, in Walther's instance, Germany, but they've got a
Yeah, but
great
same
crew
difference.
of engineers and the product managers here stateside that are just Arkansans, um, and all the line workers, even the guys that were loading and unloading like the barrel making machines and like the 6-axis robots pumping out the like the excuse me, the PPQ frames and stuff. Like all of those people, you could tell by kind of how they acted and how they were dressed. You could tell not all of them were gun people, but you could tell they were all happy to have a job, and like the environment oozed like, as long as you weren't obviously being a dumbass or breaking like a modicum of corporate world policy, like it was a pretty chill environment. Like it was clean. Their break room was stocked, like the fridge was stocked with sodas and stuff that were free, as opposed to you have to use a vending machine. When I worked at Walmart, you still had to buy like your soda out of a vending machine. It was cheap
Yeah, but
compared to
back
like
then it was a
everybody.
quarter.
Yeah, a quarter, 50 cents, whatever. But like they had multiple fridges packed with different sodas and bottled water. I want to say there was like a snack bin, even like a little wicker basket with like some little Debbie cakes and granola bars and stuff. And while I'm not saying that makes up for like not paying much, it makes up a little bit for not paying much. I mean it. I don't know.
So you're trying to say that you never ate any of the claim shit while you were at Walmart?
I mean, I ate plenty of the stuff that they stuck in the break room with the sign that said "free, help yourself" or whatever. Or we'd have a safety team meeting, and like we get done, they'd be like, "Go to Walmart and give us ice cream sandwiches or something." Like I went for those.
I tell you what, once I graduate in a couple weeks, I'm going to treat myself to a nice new gun. I'm looking
There
at
you go.
the Dan Wesson Kodiaks.
Yeah, they're nice. Dan Wesson guns are
Or,
nice. They're made in Norwich, New York, owned by CZ, but manufactured
Right up the
stateside.
road.
or
Right up the road
or
from
or
you.
I think that's
or as
upstate New
TMT
York.
hates to hear it, the Geisley Super Duties. I
See,
want one
that's
of
where
them.
I would be. Of the two, that's where I would be. That's a buy once, cry once gun right there.
That
Big dog.
Super Duty is fucking. It's gonna do you more justice than the Kodiak.
Yeah, but the Kodiak is like a
Yes,
barbecue
but it's
gun.
pretty. But it's pretty. But
Yeah,
it's
but you work for
pretty.
a living, so how many barbecues do you actually make it to?
He barbecues like every other day.
Yeah,
In
but
the
I mean, like,
summertime, I do.
when are you open carrying at somebody's private home in their
No,
backyard
yeah.
to like brag? I mean, like, if you lived in Texas, that'd be
Maybe,
cool.
maybe once or twice a year when I go to my brother's house in Pennsylvania.
And it's not barbecuing if you grill it. Those are different processes.
I understand. We're not grilling on propane. We're cooking on charcoal. It's barbecue.
No, barbecue is low and slow, baby. And
Yeah, that's
soft,
what we
juicy
do.
meats.
That's what we do, baby.
Barbecue is ribs and brisket and chicken. Like,
Oh, I'm
That's
good at
Southern
cooking ribs.
barbecue. If you want
it's
to start getting
barbecue.
technical, that's Southern barbecue.
It's barbecue. You Google it. The definition of
Dude,
barbecue:
I'll cook.
barbacoa.
I'll cook you up some of the
I don't
best
know why I
beef
said it
short
like I
ribs
was a
you ever
lock,
eat.
but I bet you
It's because
would.
you're talking to me,
You come down
even
here
though
and
I'm
I'll show you
Irish.
some oxtail.
I tell you what,
Oxtail, delicious.
smoking the damn chicken has really made eating a whole bunch of chicken tolerable.
Crash and Kev
Yeah.
said his Maverick runs great. He's got the field security combo too. Rock on, Crash and Kev. So we've got six watching. If you're still here, throw a one in the chat. And if you have a question or a comment for the panel, specifically for Pat, who's been silent for the last 27 minutes, go ahead and throw it in the comments section. We will not leave you unacknowledged.
Tomorrow might be the last day I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning for a while.
Man, that would be sweet. I hope it is for you.
That's why I
Just
haven't
'cause
been
you
here
said
6 months
4:30
straight of this. 6 months straight of working overtime.
But it's paying off, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Going to
Is
school
that
three
Don't Poke the Bear? Holy cow, Don't Poke the Bear. Good to see you, sir. We salute you. We've got 7 watching now. We're bumping those numbers up, baby. Almost 2 digits. I'm almost about to run out of fingers. Blurry fingers, but fingers nonetheless.
They're there. Hey, remember your thumb's not a finger.
Ooh.
As long as the nothing major goes down here, we have so much work up here in New Jersey that I could quit my job, be at to work within an hour after that for the next 5 to 10 years.
Don't Poke the Bear asked, how are you now? Lawfully Armed is doing great. He has found him a new significant other that is wholly into firearms, loves God, accepts Christ as her Savior, and is generally exciting to be around. So, Lawfully Armed is doing great.
Good for you. You deserve it.
I am still living back home with my parents. That is a slight inconvenience, but also um, a convenience, both for me and for them, because that allows us to share the utility bills and the grocery bill. So it makes near retirement living more comfortable for them and makes existing significantly less expensive for me. Be really cool if we could get under $3 gas again. Because I can tell you, driving that truck, I spend about $15 to $20 a day in gas, and that is a shock. Having been used to not having to gas up, but like once every week and a half, 2 weeks, if I didn't do any extra driving, living really close to work before in that Jeep, to driving this 1500 Dodge.
Yeah, gas jumped up to $4.19 up here.
Yeah, it's 3.5 here, and I got half a tank, so I'm kind of hoping that like if I ride it out for 2 or 3 more days, get down to like an eighth of a tank. It'd be
Shit, I was
really
paying over 4 a couple of weeks ago. I'm afraid to see what it is now.
It just dropped down to $3.99 here.
see. Don't
Well, now
crash
that
and kick.
now that the non-existent ceasefire is over, expected to go right back up.
Yeah, they're predicting be over $6 a gallon for regular.
Nah, it's gonna
Here,
come on down. I'm gonna believe that it's gonna come back down.
unless
Drill,
we
baby,
just
drill.
turn Iran to glass, maybe it will come down if we do that.
And I don't think we need to do that, but we're keeping it lighthearted tonight. Crash and Kev. Sorry, the question's making me giggle. Crash and Kev says, "What do you think of the Goombas trying to take over Ruger?" I think they're going to try, but I don't think with 10%, which I know that to get you guys caught up. So Beretta already owned like 1.5%, not quite 2%, 1.8%. I think it's the number I heard of Ruger stock because Ruger is publicly traded. And then
Yeah.
back about a month and a half ago, they made a power move to buy like another 8%. So cumulatively, they have like 10, 11% of Ruger stock. And they're the single largest shareholder of Ruger stock. And so then they pushed for 3 seats on Ruger's board. and I think Ruger is balking hostile takeover, and I don't know enough about business to know whether or not they're going to prevail in that. I think that's
So
slightly different.
I'd like to be like, okay, I'd like to see them be like, all right, fine, then we'll give you the third seat, but let us take the 1022 line, walk away, make that a complete separate entity. Because man, I really don't want to see that get messed with. You know, like I got young nieces and nephews and younger children, like fucking, and not to
Well,
mention, like I enjoy my 1022s. Like shit, I
I
don't want
don't
to see
think that
that
they
get all
want to buy.
fucking messed with.
Yeah, I don't think that they want to buy Ruger to tank the brand. I think they want to buy Ruger and keep the core.
The
The
prices are
the
gonna go up if they do it, though.
so
well,
is
maybe
Ruger hurting or something? Because they just took over Anderson and all that.
they're
So
not
Ruger was
hurting.
buying companies
They're
too.
they're not hurting, but they did make that was a big power play last latter spring, early summer to buy out Anderson because in exchange for that, because last year was still kind of a downturn year in the gun market. I had heard rumor that 'cause Ruger operates multiple factories. They've got the original one up in Connecticut. They've got Mod in North Carolina. They've got Prescott, Arizona, and then because I want to list it off, the fourth one's going to fail me. But Ruger has four manufacturing hubs. They all operate off of the same FFL because they've got the variants formed kind of like, or they've got a manufacturing variants like Walmart does for their FFLs. Like
Yeah.
regardless of which Walmart store that sells guns you go to, they all have the same FFL, which is crazy because that means the little like level 3 associate getting paid hourly can look up everybody that's bought a gun from Walmart since they've been computerized, uh, like by name. Uh,
I find it wild that there's still some
but no,
Walmarts
I,
that
I
still
don't. I
sell
don't
'em.
think the Goombas are going to take over Ruger. I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's enough people, enough shareholders domestically, and enough people already on the board that I don't think that even if they got the three on the board, that would allow them to do a hostile takeover and like put somebody at the helm. I also don't know how many board seats there are, so I don't know if three is like a third or half or a fifth. I don't know.
One would assume it would start
Um,
at somewhere like 12.
but I don't think it's a wholly bad thing. Brett has kind of been. They've not had any real banger successes of their own at least in the U.S. market in the last several years. Basically about the time that the Army turned down the proposed M4A3 and said, "Nah, we want a whole new pistol," and then dropped the ball there with the SIG that ended up being the M17, the P320. Um, Beretta has not really had a real winner, hit out of the park. But I don't know. They've done okay with the A400 and the A300 Optimal Patrol shotguns, but even then, like that's a one out of every like 12 or 15 gun guys trying to buy one of those. That's not like a runaway success. Shh.
Oh shit. So there's 9, and it looks like 2 of them are already independent, which is
Okay.
probably the 2 they already have.
Well, there you go. Justin's doing the Google foo. Now you know. Maybe I'm wrong, and they're going to take over Ruger. Then I don't know. Because if they do get the three they want, and then they sweetheart deal one or two of
That's
the others, that gives them a majority essentially. So I don't know.
hey.
Maybe the Goombas will take over. Don't poke the bear said I'm late to the convo, but a Mossbergs get overlooked. He's saying a Mossberg gets overlooked is 835, the 835 Ultimag, which is mechanically a 590, but they overbore the barrel to 10 gauge, and then they use the Ultimag chokes as opposed to the regular Mossberg chokes. And typically they port the barrel forward of the choke. What that's supposed to do is give you tighter patterns And that seems counterintuitive, and I don't understand the science behind it. And I've never, to this day, you know, closing in on 14 years of doing gun sales, I've never had anybody like real simple logic, like explain like I'm five, break down how that works, how boring a 12 gauge out to a 10 gauge gives you a tighter pattern because that's counterintuitive to like how chokes work. Um, Everybody I've ever met that shoots one says it kicks the dog shit out of you, even though it also they advertise it as less recoil because it's supposed to have an elongated forcing cone, which reduces that initial squeeze of the shot column as it leaves the that kind of free bore area. If it were a rifle, you would call it free bore. That gap between where the bullet starts toward the lands and grooves actually start in a shotgun. It's the forcing cone. It's that little bit of free bore before it starts that initial constriction for about 2/3 the length of the barrel, opens back up, and then whatever choke constricts it back down. Now that I've gotten like super technical and probably lost people in the weeds that can't picture what I'm pointing out. But anyway, I have never understood that. But yes, the 3.5 inch Magnum Mossberg 590 essentially. The counterpart would be the 535 in a 500 pattern gun. But yeah, they make great turkey guns. They have been known to sell them in a combo with a slug barrel, so you can lay waste to the deers, or bear, or whatever you want. Good all around gun. The one deficit I have heard of all of the Mossberg 500, all the 5XXX series like pump shotguns, is that the shell lifter, the two little holes that pivots on, that sits in. Technically, you can drop the gun, and if it falls on its side, that can bounce out of its detents in the receiver, and then that locks the gun up. In practice, I have only seen that like once, which means if I've seen it once, it probably in actuality has happened enough times to, acknowledge its concern. The reality is, as far as drop safe, your Remington 870s aren't all of the stuff that has a manual safety has it because it is potentially not drop safe. Your 500s, your Remington 870s, all of that. And then all of the previous shotguns, the Winchester Model 12s and 1200s, your old Winchester 1886 or whatever, the trench gun, the one that the bolt comes back and slices the top of your hand off if you fuck up and don't have your thumb out of the way when you rack it. Basically, all of those vintage Americana, like you think of it from like World War I to present day pump shotguns, are not drop safe, and that's why the police, when they still issued shotguns, they kept them cruiser ready, which would be a full magazine tube, empty chamber, safety off, so that way, like, if I need this shotgun, all I do is retrieve it, rack it, and go to work. Or if I need it, but I'm staging, rack it, and then engage safety. They have a manual safety because they're not drop safe. Otherwise, like the hammer will follow potentially under inertia.
I just can't see in the day and age that we live in and not owning something that's not fucking drop safe. I'm sorry.
Me get caught up on the comments. Crashing Cav, my Wally still sells long guns and ammo. Most of mine do too. Like, I would say this is Arkansas, so this is like Walmart territory. I would say more than half of them still sell guns and ammo. They don't sell pistol ammo anymore, though. And they're selective about their rifle ammo. If they perceive that rifle ammo to be an AR caliber, scary black gun caliber, they won't sell it. Don't anybody tell them, because they sell 350 Legend, and I think that's part of what has kept the price of 350 Legend ammo like reasonable. For all the good and bad of Walmart, Walmart used to act as kind of the nationwide barometer on ammo prices. They kept everybody in check because Walmart didn't care if they didn't make much on ammo. and that's what kept your Federal and your Winchester like 9 mil 40 45 reasonable. Like it could go up, but it wouldn't. Walmart is less apt to like all of a sudden go up $5 or $10 a box just overnight. It had to be slow, incremental.
Yeah, Walmart's not going to play that fucking game. They're not.
Well, and it's a pain in the ass to have all the have all the department managers raise prices and stuff. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's.
it's a mix of things.
But
So
all the WalMarts I've ever been to only sell like 22 and shotgun,
right.
but they don't
Well,
sell any. But they don't
that's
sell any. They don't sell any rifles or anything.
well. What was the final death knell? What made them get out of selling rifle ammo and pistol caliber ammo was that Marjorie Taylor Hyde shooting in Florida, or whatever, where the nutso that was a year or two past graduation, that had the cops called on him like a bajillion times as a minor, but because he was a minor, that record was sealed, whatever. That was when Walmart made the public decision to stop selling handgun ammunition and assault rifle calibers. But they
That's
still
probably
sell.
why all the ones I've been to in Florida don't sell that. Don't even sell guns at all.
Well, and that's nationwide. I think they let some of their FFLs go because they realized like it was kind of like hyper redundant, you know. Like it doesn't make sense to have every store in a big town or in a metropolitan area like all sell guns and ammo because they've got to like do additional training and pay for the associate in that department. You've got to have the department manager that's background check. The associates that sell guns and ammo have to be background checked per company policy. Like it was a redundancy thing, and it wasn't it was a political correctness move, to get out of it in some of those big cities. Anyways, it is what it is. All I was trying to make note of was that like prior to that, like even through Sandy Hook and all that, ammo scare bullshittery, and Obama before that, Walmart and its prices acted as the barometer of how much your local mom and pop shop or other big box stores, how much they could price gouge just overnight. And now that they have bowed out of selling anything besides shotgun ammo, rimfire ammo, and fuddy duddy, 30-06, 270, etc. They may still sell 44 mag
It
on the
took off. It
auspices
took
that
off
it's a
some of that
hunting.
stability. It took off some of that price stability on the market.
Right. One that got rid of a large buyer at a locked in price, but then as far as on the back end, but then on the front end, like it's hard to be 2 blocks down the road at Academy Sports or Shields or Bass Pro or whatever and try and ask $5 a box more when you're like, well, I'll get it at Walmart because some customers are loyal, but they're not 20% per box ammo loyal. Like you may have your people that like you, but they don't like you for 20% per box ammo more.
Yeah, I'll tell you, go suck one for that.
Let's see here. Don't Poke the Bear said lawfully armed 590 is greater than 870 simply due to the fact that the extractor in the receiver of Mossberg is, he said busier replaceable, but he meant easier replace. I'm with you. I'm working through the Listexia, but I agree. I'm also wrong-handed, so I wholly appreciate the Tang safety, where it's there, right-handed or wrong-handed. As you present the gun on target in your peripheral, you're like, oh, I'm on safe still. Click. It's in a place where you can just send it out, keep it in, send it out, keep it in. Like you can just manipulate the safety with that dominant thumb with view of the safety in your peripheral view. Bonus points for the point you make about the extractor being user replaceable with a simple flathead screwdriver that everybody's got in their junk drawer / toolbox. I agree completely. It just makes more sense. I would say the only thing the 870s, the well-made 870s, have got over a 500 is the full like tongue style lifter, and that you can get away with mini shells and kind of goobery smooch, slightly undersized shells or whatever. That's one minor point of contention. The Opsol mini clip solves that if you're wanting to shoot shorty shells out of your legacy 500 pattern shotguns. And then now for like 2 or 3 years now, they've had the Mossberg 500 and 590S. Maybe it's just the 590S. I don't remember. Anyway, I only sold one or two of them. 590S that has the elongated tab on the back of the lifter that allows you to shoot the mini shells, even though the mini shells themselves have been like near unobtainium all of that same time. So there's this narrow overlap on the Venn diagram of like the existence of this new shotgun that'll shoot mini shells and the common availability of the mini shells, whether that be the Aguilas that kind of set that trend or the Sammy Spec shorties from Federal. Anywho, I agree, don't poke the bear. 590 is better than 870, and then now that Remington virtually does not exist, because the post 2019 lawsuit settlement that basically shuttered Remington, and then they reopened under the Rim Arms name. You know, it was Remington by Rim Arms was the corporate entity that owned them. You know, they produced guns for about 18 months and then announced, we're leaving Ilion, New York. We're moving down to Alabama. That was like height of COVID. They spit out a few 870s, a few 700 synthetic stock guns, and then they've just disappeared. It's like stuff's cataloged, but they've not filled it in like 24 months. So I would say that now, at this point, Remington is just a name on paper and is not actually a factory. Because we're basically a third into 2026, and I have not seen any new product with any of the big distributors. I don't think Remington exists anymore. So even by default,
were they even at SHOT Show really? Like,
I don't know. I didn't watch a whole lot of SHOT Show coverage. Like I basically just watched the highlight reels.
I didn't even watch that much of that.
Because I kind of got an idea of what I'm interested in, and then like, oh, surprise, like wholly new thing that nobody ever thought of. The stuff in between those two extremes are just kind of background noise to me. And I don't need to fight you, don't poke the bear, because I agree with you. I own a Mossberg 500. I would have bought a 590 at the time if I could have afforded the difference. But my 500 that I've had for nearly 14 years and have not shot in probably 12. Well, I take that back. Let's see. There was one time that I took it out with a friend for a range day / attempt at crow hunting. But that's probably been 9 or 10 years ago. So yeah, I've probably not shot it in a decade. Once the kiddo came along, the logistics of having a loaded long gun in the house made less sense when it was like, I can have handgun and have one free hand to scoop him up. And then even when he got big enough to, you put your hand on his shoulder and tell him where to go when he goes under his own power kind of thing, where you could kind of fire drill the like worst case scenario, home intruder scenario stuff for him. At that point, it still just made sense, like just keep handgun ready. And then the last year or so, the logic just made sense to have AR with 30 round mag in it as opposed to pump shotgun with 5-in-1 or 6-in-1, whatever. I think 5-in-1 is what mine holds. That's how like unused it is. I don't even remember. Because if you miss, like anything that'll kill a person, like this does fight stopping damage to a human target of average build, is going to go through at least one, if not two, or more interior walls. At my old location, there was a particular direction inboard of the house, which was a duplex. So like inboard meant also in the direction of the shared wall with the neighbor, where you could line up a shot. And if you dropped the shot, you had the interior hallway wall and like the fridge or the oven. Any other direction, like you kind of either needed to like really be sure and not miss, or if you did, after it went through an interior wall, it would ultimately stop in the brick outer wall. They still
You
live
got
there, so I'm not going to be any
yep.
more specific.
And you gotta think about that shit.
And I feel like, and everybody's got to do their own risk assessment for the kind of hood they live in. Where I live now, even where I lived before, I think that just a locked door, deadbolt and regular key lock provides me enough headway to like wake up at the sound of somebody attempting to break in, get my wits about me, recover a handgun, and then do the deed while calling 911 and doing the deed. So
You know what else buys you a lot of time? If you take out those screws from your striker plate, and you put in some 3 inchers.
yeah, you put the 3-inch plates in so they can't just kick your door in. Yes, sir.
I've done it every fucking place I've lived.
I'm aware of it. It is a worthwhile mention. We lost Mr. Sleepyhead Union Man.
No, we still got one sleepyhead.
TMT said, sick chat name. TMT, you got a link, brother, if you want to jump in and like represent yourself for your own takeover chat. I know I did this without confirming with you ahead of time, but I also felt strongly that you weren't going to do a Thursday chat. I'm not harping at you. I'm just trying to preserve your time slot. So much love. No homo.
Is that
That's
how
a
the
word
kids are doing the heart these days? Is that how the kids are doing the heart?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know either.
My
It's the way
freaking blur keeps it
keeps
out.
blurring. The blur
I
keeps
don't
doing
do
its job.
chats Tuesdays and Sundays. So what we used to do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Sundays were the maybe baby. But I can't keep track of it anymore. The man, the myth, the legend, Tactical Muffin Top himself. Go ahead, sir. You have the airwaves.
I am the tacticalist of the muffin tops, ever shrinking.
TMT, I need some of your stickers for my official
Thermos.
lawfully armed double wall insulated aluminum can.
I need a good address for you, my dude.
We'll have to talk off air.
Yes.
I
need all of the people's addresses, Justin B.
Oh, I'll send you mine.
I would gladly pay for the stickers. I don't need the freebies. I want to pay for it.
Okay, well, some people are getting one for free, and like Mad Shad and Maccabeus and Hutch and Backwoods and Jay, and because Jay's definitely getting a Chungus sticker, even though he has yet to send me the Chungus thing. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to send you 2 so you have 1 for your giveaway, and here's some stuff for your giveaway. I was like, hey, dog, I'm getting ready to line up that giveaway chat. And he's like, shit.
Chungus the Fat Squirrel coaster.
Yeah.
In the blur,
I don't even have
the blur.
Make sure you put in 2 orders. That way your Chungus isn't lonely.
So
right.
It's super basic. Like I bet it cost him 7.5 cents to print because it's like wafer thin. I mean, like it's like business card thin.
But it's cool.
But it is cool because it's got a little fat ass squirrel on it. Now, I've never seen an actual black and white squirrel, but we
got black squirrels here. We get black squirrel. You'll get them all the way down to Kansas. They're supposedly they're like a domesticated squirrel that breeds with a wild squirrel. I guess they're illegal to hunt.
Huh.
And if you like stick around and like hit one with your car, you'll get fined for hitting like an endangered species. Unlike if you hit like a regular squirrel, I don't know how it works, but they can slap like a $300 fine on you. So.
Well, I wouldn't hang around then. I'd just use the little son of a bitch and keep going.
I know. Well, see, my grandpa's wanted to mount one for a long time, so he keeps like a Ziploc bag in his door. So if he's ever going around somewhere that has one, he's just gonna like stop in the middle of the fucking road and pick it up and throw it
and be like, "I swear I ran it over. I didn't shoot it."
Yeah, but that has yet to happen either.
Real quick, Don't Poke the Bear says that he put 4-inch screws in all of his door hardware years ago. One Christmas Eve, a guy tried to kick his door in, and they found him 2 weeks later with a broken ankle.
Don't Poke the Bear. That is the most underrated prep that everybody can do. You should have 4-inch steel core steel solid core screws in your doors. Yes.
Oh, yeah. The reason why he brought that up, I got to make a correction. Yeah, I said
Eduardo,
3. I think the measurement is 4. I don't remember if I used 4, 6, or 3. I don't remember, but it was a long ass screw that I always
I
jab in there.
mean,
I got a box of them.
if you
But
squint
here's the
right,
deal.
they look the
Make
same.
sure make sure that you get them, even if you just do one on your hinge side for each one of your hinges, because that's the side that most people get kicked in, because everybody has a deadbolt and everything. I don't know if you guys have ever trained kicking a door. If you kick the hinge side, it tends to bust a lot more because most people don't change those screws out.
Yeah.
I've taken doors off of multi-million-dollar houses where there was like one shank on a set of 4 hinges. Like, trust me, don't take any construction company worth a fuck. Don't think any of them did their job right. Like, how are you gonna have a multi-million-dollar house and your hinge side is one screw, like one long screw, and the rest are all short, holding up your front door?
Well, most people
That's
just do
wild.
both breachers on the hinge side and on the door side because that's how they come. Most of them prepackaged.
Uh, I don't know. All I know is ever since I learned that years and years and years ago, the first thing I do when I moved in is I change screws.
And that's something you can also do in an apartment because your landlord is not going to notice 5
Uh-huh.
screws changed out. They're not. But it increases your security, and you should definitely have that done on your homes. You should be hardening your homes, and lawfully, I don't know if you caught my replay, sir, but my message was and still stands that everybody needs to grow something and everybody needs some sort of livestock. I don't care what that is to you, figure it out. If you got an ant farm, if you got a cricket farm, if you got whatever. And I also dare say everybody needs some sort of electrical input. Who else is in here? We got 2 people that are
Papa Bear's sleeping.
Papa Bear. You're grounded. But
What's his name? Pat Wright.
oh, Pat. Just when I get in here. Yeah, I'm like so close to
I got
getting
this
done.
cat, so I'll eat this cat.
Yeah, well, I also
There you
said
go.
that if you can't get livestock, you should have a cat and a dog because a cat is a pest removal thing and it is worth its weight in gold and shit, man. Same with the dog; it is a security system. So, and an early morning, it'll smell fire. Dogs can wake up before people in carbon monoxide. Like they know, like they have that.
Justin, you tried these
Mountain Dew
adult
hard.
Mountain Dews? Yeah, they're
I
dangerous.
tried
They're only
some
5%,
years
but
and years
they're
and years
dangerous.
ago. I bought it on accident. I was trying to
'Cause
get my
they just
homeboy
taste like
some.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I had some years and years and years ago.
Not me.
Well, I thought it was just a new flavor of Mountain Dew. My buddy's into Mountain Dew, and we are doing
Cheers.
some yard work, so I bought it, and he was like, "Oh, sweet, we're drinking the good Mountain Dews." I was like, "Yeah, dude, like you're busting your ass. Why not?" And then I cracked one open. I was like, "Son of a!" I was like, "You need to wait till after we're done with this."
You're
They're
gonna
good.
get you a bull and a cow, guinea pig, and you're gonna let them hump and start eating them, right?
Well, I got neighbors on either side of me that have tasty little dogs, and the people the other side of those people have got multiple little tasty dogs.
You don't
So I
think
feel
they're
like,
gonna eat dogs if they're starving before you get the idea and the gumption?
half of them are sickly. Their dogs outlive them.
Lawfully. Wrong answer. Get some sort of livestock going. I don't care if you have a night crawler farm and then swap somebody with chickens for eggs. There you go. Or go fishing with them. Make an input. Come on. I challenge thee.
Tell me I can go noodling.
I mean, you do whatever you got to do, but I'm telling you, everybody needs to produce power of some sort on their own. I don't care if you have all your little solar battery banks open and your solar lanterns and all the windows that face the sun. Better than nothing. You can get a little double fan that you can put in your window to help move some air in the summertime when it's hot, and you can get little battery packs that charge up your hand warmers in the winter to keep you warm. Guess what? That's some sort of solar that helps your input somehow. Yes. And you need to have some sort of livestock, and you need to be growing something. Don't be a lazy little bastard, Lawfully. I know you can go find it. You could probably even find them in yard sales here directly, and or them old people I'm sure if you went and asked, hey, are you using this planting pot? They'd be like, oh, no, lawfully. You can sure have that if you get it out of here. And you can grow something with them, son. And when you move, you can take them with you. That's a great thing about containers. Grit and Grace has changed her entire farming method to container gardening because her plans have moved.
No doctor, but yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
So,
don't tell me it can't be done. She's doing it very large scale.
well, good. Different
I
living
asked
situation.
Excuse him.
I asked the butcher that's going to be doing the half cow because I made the final payment on it, and he was like, yeah, give me about 3 weeks tops. And I was like, well, I see you guys sell some home canned stuff over here. Like, how much would you charge more to can up some of that shit for me? That way I don't got to do it because my can is running full time.
Yeah.
And he
That's
was like, and he just looked at me funny, and he was like, "Let me talk to my wife, and I'll give you a text in a couple days." I was like, "All right, cool."
That ain't bad.
I was like, I'll even help offset the cost of, like, I'll drop off the cans and everything, and like I'll give some extra
That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
because I got them all for $10 a case. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like, I ain't scared to barter with some of that.
that's a time-consuming thing. The pressure canning. I mean,
Yes.
that ain't bad.
And I'm not allowed to do it at the apartment. I can only do it at the farm unless I use the small one.
Yeah, I've never seen a butcher around here do that. That's actually a pretty killer deal.
Well, he doesn't do it there, but he's got other things like pickles and shit. So I'm like,
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's cool. Waffly, grow for me, baby. Not your meat salad. Grow your own meat. Look at that. Justin B's doing it. You know what? I got, spoiler alert, I got my trees and bushes in, and they're container trees. And there's videos that I'm going to show in the chat. This guy's literally doing them on a rooftop garden in New York City. He has rooftop access, and he has 6 of these dwarf apple trees that I got. New York on an apartment complex, dude. Come on, Lawfully. Come on, man.
you make apple cider.
New York. The people of not preppers. Come on, brother. Join us. I mean,
It's not been consistently warm here yet. Like, there's still mornings where it's like,
I typically don't put anything in the ground until after Mother's Day. I got these in containers because they came in the mail.
are you able to look at the screen right now?
Yeah.
Pat's got a message for you.
Hey, Muffin, I sent you a color chungus for your next sticker. Oh, sick. Okay. I have not looked at my email. I haven't looked at anything really. Like, I just been working on this thing and working on this thing. I'm at the end of the tunnel, and now I'm like, oh, I need a little touch up paint here, need a little touch up paint there, and I'm like, no, stop adding shit to my to-do list so that way I can get it done, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh. Now it's like my ADHD took over, so all the outlet covers that I had on, I went and turned all the screws upright because that drives me fucking nuts. So I'm like, oh, good thing I wasted 10 minutes fucking doing that tonight.
I don't know if you all appreciate it or not, but I think this lighting is bomb. Between the red lantern in the back and the like purple blue light in the front, I think that's sick.
It's just red.
Because when I turn my camera off, it matches the colors of my camera logo pretty well.
Dude, it works pretty good with the blur and everything.
Pretty good. Yeah, I thought
it works pretty
sick.
well.
If my walls had like a Britney Spears poster over here, and I don't know, something else.
Did you say you need to put up a Britney Spears poster over here? Is that what you said?
You need to get a ring up and stat on your wall.
Like a Lady Gaga poster. I don't know.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Anyway, the SLR Rifle Works magwell came in. Fits like a dream, dude. When I put my hand on my gun to pull it from my holster, it is locked solid perfectly. It's exactly what I wanted. I couldn't be happier for $100.
You need to hold a wall through PDP Pro.
I know.
Hear me out. It's my channel, motherfucker. Listen to me. So whether it's a Pro E or a Pro, oh look at that, he dropped out. So whether it's the
You guys
Pro
both pulled
E
Hondas.
or the Pro SDs that come with the factory magwell, especially unless you've got like huge Sasquatch hands, the compact frame will fit you. Like it locks you in top to bottom. If you're off on the dot, that little bit of pinky pressure, tighter or looser, lets you like find the dot. That's the bee's knees. And it's just all part of the package along with the 3 mags, 30-day money back guarantee. All right, TMT, tell us about your SLR works Mac.
Did you like that I left out of
Magwell. Yeah, you rage quit.
I
You
did.
guys both pulled a Honda.
I had to go find a ceiling fan immediately. No, I was just fucking with you. I wasn't that mad about it. Go on. Say it again.
PDP magwell, it's tit.
I'm leaving right now.
I will admit that I took mine off for
Whoa, what
concealed
are you
carry.
taking off? On camera.
I took my magwell off for concealed carry so it doesn't eat up my t-shirts.
I figure if you can afford to buy 5 extra mags and 2 cases of 9mm, you can afford to buy a couple undershirts, a couple t-shirts.
Well, I've got undershirts and I do have t-shirts, but I work for a living, so I still have to carry boxes and stuff, and so it eats up. That magwell sticks out a little from the gun. And
I also work for a living.
It eats up my t-shirts. So.
I probably work harder than you for a living after work.
Probably.
But I don't. Admittedly, I don't carry when I'm remodeling, and I can't carry at work. So I guess. I guess I'll give it to you there. How is that? How is that?
Strokes for different folks.
If I wasn't undoubtedly, if I was newer on my handgun journey, I would partake in trying a Walther PDP. If now I have been prepping for over a decade and probably longer than that, without knowing it, if I didn't have roughly 100 Glock mags, I probably would maybe think about changing, but there's no way.
So that match the Sunday before last, I actually had to pull all of my range Glock mags out of my range bag and throw them in a Walmart sack and pitch them in the back seat of the truck to make room for all the Walther mags.
That is disgusting what you just said.
Yeah, but
I do not approve of this message.
I got Walther mags for $20 a piece.
I get
even with the tax and shipping to my door, they were $22.40.
Okay, I don't get them to my door for that, but I can catch them on sale for about 20, roughly.
You can get the Walther. You can get the Walther mags for that price. They're on their website. I didn't get like a industry discount on those. That was just hey, I was watching their website and caught a sale.
Well, I guess I'm just going to get police trade-ins if I want mine on sale, huh?
I guess so. I don't know though. I'm about
I think here's
2 to 3 pistols away from getting my third PDP. I'm gonna go for that sexy OD green because here's the color frames.
I do like OD green. I did also see that the Ruger RXM has their new frames out. Now,
I didn't see those.
Admittedly, because you're pretty much 100% dot carry now, unless you carry like your bodyguard or something small, right?
Right.
Admittedly, the dot is a freaking absolute game changer on a handgun.
It makes me more finite. It's not made me much faster yet, but I think that's just going to take more time.
Yeah, I would give you that.
The 3 or 4 times that I have gone to the range by myself or accompanied by somebody at or below my skill level and just tried to kind of set up like a drill.
Yeah.
It's not done anything to make me faster. I bought a shot timer so that I could set, because without a shot timer, you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
But so my draw time from appendix, feeling good about the grip and the time to the first, like the placement of the first shot, like being cognizant of both of those before that match last Sunday. When I went the Wednesday beforehand, I was averaging about 2.15 seconds, and that's like unacceptably slow. But that was like good grip, two hands, side alignment, trigger press, follow through. Like
Right.
I was getting, and I was doing double taps, but that time to the first shot was like 2.1, 2.2 seconds. Once in a while, I'd rip off like a 1.96, but I'm going to say 2.1 seconds nominal. And I
Mhm.
want to get that down to like a second and a half, really. To be in the
You're
cool guy
not
club, you need to be under a second and a half.
you're not a competition shooter, so that's not bad. But also, I think that and I talked to a guy.
That's from concealment. Like that's shirt, blouse, over holster. Like that's clearing cover garment.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, and admittedly, half the time when I draw mine, I don't even clear my garment with my support hand. I usually like try to blade away, and then I draw it before I determine whether or not the firearm needs presented. But that's just me, and I'm a fat guy, so
Later, Pat.
um, okay, so I have a friend in corrections, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, man, have you shot a dot yet, or whatever?" And he wanted to go to the range with us, and he flat refused to shoot it. He's like, "You don't need all that crap on a pistol." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You just point and shoot." I'm like, "Oh, that is such 1911. Your dad talking shooting. The point shoot. It's an instinctual shoot. It does not guarantee you putting shots on target, and it doesn't guarantee you putting shots on target in a good spot. And it further, like, bottom line, especially CCW, if you're in a mall or whatever scenario, you're probably going to spray some people behind that person. That is not a way to put somebody down. It might be a quick first shot on target, or it might work while game charge.
It might work 3 yards and in.
Right. But I'm like, dude, this is your job. And their qualifications are very lax because it's corrections.
And I'm not opposed to the idea of like I'm presenting, like once I get to a two-handed grip here before I'm to extension, I'm fine with ripping off shots as I'm coming out to eye line.
Yeah.
Like if they're closing in on you or whatever, or it's a confined space, where you're like
holding them off.
Right. Arms length out, like I'm fine with that, like pectoral index.
Yep. I agree.
Or like as the hands mate and we form that two-handed grip, like I'm fine with ripping off shots like level to the deck.
Yeah.
As I'm working my way out, like that makes sense. But that thinking that you're gonna like 1970s like hip fire or whatever, like the.
Yeah, and he did that with the slide out like that, like on the hip. I'm like, man, that's really, really old method of shooting, dude.
Much beyond arm reach, that's asinine. Like if a guy's up on you enough, it's like you can't miss him. Okay, but when he starts to be 5, 7, 10 yards, that's just dumb. Like you're because it's not about time to first shot; it's time to first hit. Hits are what count in gunfights, and whoever connects first, almost majority of the time, wins the gunfight.
Right.
And the first shot gives you the fibs factor, the fudge I've been shot.
We shot just some milk jugs filled with water, and I had one at 50 yards on the cornfield because I don't have a proper range because I'm a hillbilly. And he's like, "You're not hitting that with a pistol." And I'm like,
"Bullshit, I'm not."
I pulled a $20 bill out of my pocket, and I said, "Are you ready to lose your 20?" He's like, "You're not hitting that with a pistol." And I drew, pressed, and hit it. I'm like, "Hit it with your irons." And he's like, "Nah, fuck it. Just take my money." And I'm like, because the dot. It's the dot, dude. It is the dot. It's not so much instinctual shooting. It's actually aiming. And the dot, when you first get the dot, you're really, really shaky. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, so
that bugs people, I think, when they first start with it.
And I think part of that too is that transitioning from irons to a dot, you're thinking you need to look at the dot. You don't. You've got to stay target focused and let the dot fall over what you want to hit. And one of the things you can do to help with that is do occluded aiming, where you go ahead and like tape over the dot.
Yeah, I think you do something like posted something about that.
So you tape over
It
the dot.
helps a lot with people that have been shooting irons for a long time and
It
are
reminds you
trying
to
to
keep
get
both eyes
themselves
open.
used to. Yep.
Yeah.
Because
And I
there is a learning curve. If you've been shooting irons for fucking 10, 15, 20 years and then you switch over to do a dot, there's a big learning curve.
Right.
TMT Tat said that he said, Muffin, send me the Muffin Man picture back and I'll try to color it too. I can't find it on my phone.
All
And
right,
then he
Pat.
said he's got to go to bed and listen to us on replay. So there you
All right.
go. You're pulled in.
One of these days.
Hashtag Kipper Gang.
Yeah, those stickers aren't cheap, so I want them to be what people want. So I got to buy them 100 at a time. So
But taping over the front lens of your dot to remind you to keep both eyes open, because see, if you tape over it and you get to closing your non-dominant eye, you're focusing on the dot, you can't see the target. But if you keep both eyes open and have a target focus, like you just death stare, you know what you want to hit, and then let the dot follow it,
Let the dot
you
follow.
can make the shot. So it helps to train you, kind of the equal but opposite version of like the guys that like trap shoot, that'll like put a post-it note or something, or like a business card over their non-dominant eye on their shooting glasses. It's kind of the equal opposite version of that.
well, another thing, and I think Justin touched on it, is a lot of them old timers, they'll half close their non-dominant eye, or they'll close it when they're shooting with irons. And it's a really bad habit that needs broken, because you need to shoot with both eyes open.
You do, especially because it helps you to break that tunnel vision when you're like your
Right.
world gets small and you're soaked in on the threat.
You don't see
You need to
left.
shake that fuzz and be aware of your whole surrounding, because you may have just eliminated bad guy A, but there may be bad guy B.
Right. Which is more common now. Most are coming in 2s and 3s group wise, if not more.
Well, I mean, that could be your terrorist, but that could also just be your like crackhead white couple, like the dude that got smoked in the
Just
Walmart store. You know, that
Yeah.
situation from the Walmart store back 7 or 8 years ago, where the dude like smoked the boyfriend, and then the girlfriend just walked up behind him and just popped him in the back of the head.
Right.
And that's because he thought he had the bad guy, and like before he had the chance to like, I'm victorious, like she just walked up and just like summarily assassinated him. Anywho, you have come in and made this a much heavier chat than I intended.
Was that a weight joke? You're a dick.
No, we were just kind of having a good hangout chat and like filling each other in on what we had going on in like our real lives, as much as we wanted to share. You know, I pressured Pat to kind of share like what does he do as his unwind time, as his unplugged time, and he was the best he could come up with right now, with the like in the process of like establishing the homestead stuff, was that he scrolls Facebook Marketplace for an hour or so in the mornings when he wakes up before he gets out of bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I've been trying to take like a half hour at night. Like this is my half hour of where I just sit in a chair and I do something on my phone or whatever. I look at Marketplace or I'll scroll a small couple YouTube videos that are like under 15 minutes and I'll watch a couple of them and then I just go to bed. But I make sure that I at least watch a video of something for just myself by myself for a minute before I go to bed. Because I've been kind of burning the candle at both ends and it's about done. I'm about wore out from it. You know? When you go 2 months burning it, and that's a great exercise. If you guys think that you're going to do it in SHTF, if you don't have enough people, you got to pull guard duty, and you got to pull wood detail, and you got to help cook, and you got to do laundry, and you got to do whatever. You might be good for a couple weeks, but when your food starts slacking, and when your sleep starts slacking because you're not sleeping as good, maybe you're not at your location, your house, your normal bed, it really catches up with you when you're pulling extra out.
The sleep loss is cumulative, and that's something I've had going on lately. I've kind of pulled some longer nights and struggle with getting up earlier mornings. Um, we're talking about unwinding. So have like really had the craving for sushi. And found out that the local grocery store that put in a
Gross.
new location. Oh no, it's great. And I'm not even way off in the weeds in the super like fishy stuff, like Cali rolls, which Justin I'm sure will tell you is just imitation
It's
crab.
not sushi.
It's yeah. See, I knew he was gonna say that. So it's imitation crab meat, cream cheese,
So
and
so
the
and
wrapper and
cucumber
rice.
and
Yeah,
and
cucumber wrapper and
cucumber.
rice.
So
But then like
lawfully,
dip
what
it in
you
the
got to
eel
do is
sauce.
what I've been doing.
So calm down, hang on, I'm gonna get there. Uh, been in on that rainbow roll. So that's fish, Justin. That gives you
Yeah.
your raw salmon, your raw trout, your raw
Worms.
tuna. No, it's all fine high grade stuff. There's no worms.
Worm.
Uh, let's see what else. The green dragon roll is really good, which is basically just a Cali roll
Avocado.
I
with the
also have something
avocado,
named dragon you can put in your mouth.
and then the spicy Cali roll is good with that spicy mayo and the eel sauce, and then the crunchy Cali roll, which the one that this grocery store makes has got the like French's onions crumbled up on it, and that crunch and that little bit of umami and salty is like, mmm, like that sends it over. We went to a real Japanese like hibachi slash steakhouse slash sushi house or whatever for a date night last week, and ate like the legit stuff and paid good money for it or reasonable money for it. I say reasonable. I was really happy that the two of us got out of there content and full with a 20% tip for $50. So like, go Arkansas for that.
You're killing your prepping budget, bro.
I am, but I'm living life and enjoying existing in the moment, and that's cheaper than a therapist. So fuck off.
You buy a couple
Uh,
steaks and a DVD at Walmart and sit on the couch and do that. Cheaper than that, son.
at some point, yep.
And
Groundbird
lawfully,
said, "Hello, everyone. Good evening, Groundbird.
lawfully, what you
Better
got to
late than
try
never."
is what I've been doing. I've been doing it about once a week as like a lunch or dinner. I take two cucumbers. I put them on a mandolin. Get a little bit of the get. I used the whipped cream cheese. Mix some of that in there. Then I put a little bit of what is that called?
Witchcraft.
Yeah, the fucking a sesame seed oil, and then sprinkle on a little bit more sesame seeds for crunch. It's a freaking and then I just don't partake in the rice, and it's the California roll, but with like hardly any calories. I mean, yeah, I put the imitation crab in it too, but like
Well, it's as much the environment as
it's
it
good.
is. I mean, like we bought the grocery store stuff and took it back to her place and had like an awesome time because we got the green dragon roll and a Cali roll and two of the pork bao buns, which that's awesome to have like basically barbecue pork inside of a sweet dumpling bun. Like that was good. I didn't need the carbs, but it was good. I have to get 2 packs of those next time. Anyway, um,
So
yeah,
what you
I
gotta
know. I'm
so
like
if you
I'm
wanna
liking on my prepping. TMT's calling me out, and I'm acknowledging it. But it's been pretty cool to like have like a minor hiatus from all the like fear porn, worried about what's going on in faraway places that I can't control. The government's going to do what they want on my behalf, whether I like it or not, and just kind of like live in the moment for a minute.
Which I'm knocking, and I'm happy that you have found a beautiful lady to engage in the Twitter painting with. Not trying to be nasty or nothing. Just you're in the honeymoon phase. It's a beautiful thing. I'm happy that you're happy as a friend. But
We got in a really cool hike yesterday.
I want you moved on together, hopefully. And unfortunately, in today's time, with things far, far away, especially in your guys' running around and getting environment phases and stuff, the shipping costs are coming. That is going to get more expensive.
I
So if
know.
you could, you know what I mean? Like,
I
there's
kind of
nice of a way I can say it. I'm happy that you're happy and enjoying yourself. And I don't think that every single person needs to be underneath a rock preparing for a nuke, with the fear dildo bouncing up and down in their cheeks. I don't do that. I'm
this
living in a very
this
right now, just working my body to death. I'd much rather go on a sushi date with you, but it's just not where I'm at right now.
this physical location is just about packed to the brim. Like, I mean, you could get like insane about it and pack more food in here. But
Well,
I think for everybody's sanity, I'm
you could
not.
go outside and take it with you in a container.
I
Nature
mean,
is
like,
ever expensive.
most of my closet here off screen, probably half of the closet space is MREs and freeze dried food, the peak refuel. Like, I have as much space dedicated in the one closet to long term food as I do my actual clothes. And then the clothes that I'm not wearing today because they're seasonal are in a tote over here. I had to dig out the summer / dress clothes to have something to wear for Easter.
I do something similar, but yes.
I
Actually,
mean,
my long
like,
term food store just takes up
feel
more. I had clothes, but yes.
you can judge me and you can be extreme about it, but I feel confident that I'm fairly well min maxing to like one bedroom and then graciously like maybe 4 foot by 3 foot in another bedroom for space. Like I
But you could do a
switched
container.
channels for a minute. And I leaned into ammo just because I wanted to lock that in. Now that I
I
got the
understand.
range membership and I want to train. And I'm making up for all that lost time, all that time that I didn't have a range membership and I didn't get to go shoot just when I felt like it. I'm making up for that. I
Mhm.
missed out on that.
I love
And
that.
that
And
and that's
practice.
fairly complimentary to what I do for a living because if I get to go shoot something and I have more experience on it, I can from a lived experience can educate or give a lived opinion on a product to somebody else that's looking to buy it from me.
Mhm. Nothing negative by it, brother. I'm happy for you. Grow some shit outside is what the fuck I'm saying. Get
Yeah,
a
we'll
guy.
get some potted tomatoes and stuff, and we'll make salsa twice a week and be like,
I
"Woo,
would.
we're farmers."
Hey, you can make a date night of it. Same.
Pick the tomatoes, wash them, fry
Yep.
the tellas, and eats the sauce.
Yep. Have
I
your
got. I ordered
while
some.
you're waiting for your salsa to get done, and it'd be a learning experience, hopefully for both. If not, maybe she could input you or vice versa, and that would be a practical thing. And then when in hopes that you guys move in together, you can take your newfound love for your salsa garden that is your twice a week date night to expansive at another territory. That's my hope for you. She's texting you right now saying I'm a piece of shit, isn't she?
No,
Yeah, she's like, fuck that muffin top is a dickhead. She's
So
like,
I ordered some. I ordered a new type of tomato today. I'm waiting for it to come in. Some new tomato seeds.
that's cool.
what
I
are
need to.
they?
They're supposed to be native to our area, so they're like fucking absolutely dummy proof.
I'm way
Now,
behind.
how in the world are any tomatoes native to Florida?
I
Lead
don't,
me in
they're
on
they're they're
that.
Everglade tomatoes. They're like little pop in your mouth sized tomatoes, but
Girlbird,
they're
I'm pretty
supposed to
sure I
taste
sent
really
you a link
good.
too if you're still here. Eduardo said muffin is a cupcake, Ed.
Hilarious.
I think because you're tactical muffin top, but your emblem is more of a cupcake.
It's a freaking muffin, dude.
It looks like a cupcake with the red frosting.
It's a neon cupcake or muffin. Goddamn! Look what you did. I didn't get to be lawfully armed and have my shit written in neon with a gun.
FYI, she said
you're not an asshole, LOL, which means she's listening.
It's exactly what women say when I'm an asshole. I have been around women, and my wife says that a lot. When
TMT's like, I've been married for a decade. I know when I'm an asshole or not.
she's looking at me and she's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm an asshole. She's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, yep. How dare I? With my awesome neon muffin symbol that is currently the only thing on the screen, so that's cool.
No,
Well,
there's other things.
we had
By the
to
way,
give you center stage, show your muffin head.
Tuesdays and Sundays. Thursday was an additional chat time when I had this thing called time, which has been absolutely obliterated from my life in the last 6 months. Thank you very much.
Didn't it start off as the book night?
Ooh, that sounded like a quick save.
That was.
What is that?
You couldn't see it. No, you couldn't see it for the blur effect. It says epilepsy.
Oh, bitch.
Which, if I were smart, I'd wear one of those again, just because of my commute. Because if I were to have a seizure and wreck, I'd have some state trooper beat my ass thinking I'm a drunk driver. But TMT, will you let me go spelunking?
Don't do it. Don't got it.
That one didn't have batteries in it. Oh, there's a mag pouch. That's
I
cool.
don't know where you're going to spelunk in Arkansas, but I guess go for it.
It's my Father's Day gift like 3 years ago.
You're my
I
father.
kind of don't think I'm going to get a Father's Day gift this year.
I kind of think you're probably right.
Which, by the way, everybody, you got 5 weeks till Mother's Day. So, like, figure that out now.
I already got mine 2 weeks ago.
Look at you.
Yes. Well, last time I ordered something, it took dang near up to the day of, and I went and bought something else because I didn't think it was going to get there in time. So this time I was like, you know what? We're locking this bitch in January. Let's go. Because I care about the lady of my life because she puts up with all of my shenanigans. She is
You
insane.
buy like a underwear subscription.
No, but I did buy her some Duluth underwear, and she is also a very big fan of them. They have ladies Duluth cut, and they're not bad looking on her either, if you know what I mean.
The ladies ballroom shorts.
It's like the
You walked into that one, bro.
I did not walk in anything but them legs. It's a clitorius cave. Thank you.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think you're allowed to say
See,
that anymore.
I got lucky. I got like my son's birthday is literally right after, so I just bang them. I just order something ahead of time for them both.
You're grounded.
Eduardo said mushroom.
Hey, I'm standing here naked waiting to take a shower.
I bet you
We're
are.
not surprised.
You're welcome. I'm postponing my hygienic and sleep to be with you.
You got that chick in the woods hanging out.
Yeah, it's a little one, but it's there. Like a chick. Chip, 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 chip. Of the woods. Poor little fella. All tuckered out.
Hen of the woods.
No. Nope, still a chick.
Oh man.
So
we had chicken enchiladas for dinner. That's what Mom made. It was good. And then like some of that, like north sides rice.
Yep.
You know, it's half rice, half pasta.
Yep.
And then I had 3 White Claws and 1 Mountain Dew.
I had Raising Cane's because I had to stay at late at work because I had to get a unit running. Otherwise, bad things were going to happen. So.
Well, I had a protein bar for lunch. I say protein bar. It's one of those. These are super excellent, by the way. Like, I'm not saying they're the best macros and they're not cheap, but they keep you on task. These metrics bars, get them over in like the nutrition section of Walmart, like the not down the granola bar aisle over in the grocery section, but over like the same
creatine.
yeah, yeah, by the creatine and the whey protein and stuff. With
Yep.
this new blueberry cobbler flavor, slaps. And I know the lighting's not doing it any favors, but just trust me, it's the Metrics Big 100 blueberry cobbler bar. 400 calories, 20 grams of protein, and it tastes like you're eating some sort of like baked good from a store.
Yeah, that's something else I've really been slacking on. I have been
It is good.
I can't get my freaking days logged on my MyFitness because after I eat dinner, I immediately go to work, my second job.
So what
And
you do is you pre-log. Like if you know what you're planning to eat later, or at least have a good idea.
sometimes I just start working and my wife slaps some crap in the oven and that's what it is. That's what dinner is. And I just eat it and go back to work.
But if you don't, but like so, like dinner's out of your control. Like you don't know, it's a mystery to you.
Yeah,
So
I do
what you
breakfast.
do, I don't. But what I'm saying is, go ahead and pre-log your breakfast and your lunch or whatever snacks, like whatever for the rest of the day, you pre-log it. So that way you go, okay, I've got 700 calories left for dinner or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then
Usually
without being an ungrateful asshole and not eating what your wife cooked, you kind of like pick around it. And like if she makes
yeah, like she made chicken
chicken
nuggets.
and pasta, yeah,
Yeah.
oh, there you go, chicken
Okay.
nuggets. So you pre-log 6 chicken nuggets and a serving of mac and cheese or whatever. And like if you go over a little, you're like, well, shit, I guess I got to walk a little extra or whatever,
Yeah,
you know.
like I was 20 because I'm a fat ass, but
I was
What
gonna
you
say
do,
I
what you
haven't
do
eaten
is you
six
try and
chicken
ask her,
nuggets in 20 years.
you're like, darling, light of my life, like my one true love. Can you give me like a 5 hour head start on what you're plotting to make for dinner? And that way, like maybe breakfast is in the books and you can't do anything about it, but like lunch, now that you know what dinner's going to be, you can like approximate your lunch around breakfast and dinner to kind of
no,
keep it in both your
it's something.
caloric and your macro split.
It's something out of the freezer. It's a pizza. It's a chicken cordon bleu. It's corn dogs. It's fast shit.
Okay,
Sandwich.
so
Sometimes I
so
just can go work.
every day when you wake up, pre-log the worst case scenario, and then the worst that happens if you've done that is that you end up you're under. You're like, I can
Then
have
you
a
get to have a
beverage,
snack.
or I can eat some popcorn or something. You know, like I don't.
I do
Damn,
like.
That's
damn,
the
I had
only way that I've
fucking
ever had any success in it, and that was I was in somewhat control of that at the old location since I primarily cooked. But like you pre-log your breakfast, you pre-log your lunch, and then dinner's the wild card. You don't know. You don't know till you know till you get home and like your picky eater significant other and your like somewhat picky eater child because he's been raised by a picky eater.
Yes.
You know, throw like you come home and you're like, all right, I got 600 calories left. Like I need a can of chicken and like 2 pickles and a slice of cheese and I'm good. But then that's weird, but that's what fits your macros and hits the spot for you. But then they're like, no, we need pizza or chicken nuggets and fries or whatever. So that's why you strive to like probably put an impetus on your protein intake the earlier half of your day so that you've got more of that behind you. So that way at the end of the day you have some, you got a little more free reign to be wild with it and eat off taste and less off nutrient needs.
Yeah.
all right. I had a half a squash and a couple of chicken drum soup for dinner. Can we stop talking about food? It's
No.
making me hungry.
They has this. New to me. I think maybe new to my store, but they have this new turkey bacon that's 30 calories a thing, and I have eaten 2 pounds of it. It is like the easiest I make like 10 slices, and I'll snack on it if I'm hungry because I used to do it with like lunch meat, but lunch meat's not that great for you. So I switched to like this and like pickles. Okay, I'm out of my canned pickles. So then I do like salsa and pork rinds. Okay, I'm out of salsa. I'm out of pork rinds. Those are like my three. Like if I need to eat something, like lately I've been slapping grandma's choke cherry jam on some sourdough bread. It's just hitting at night. It's tasting good. It's what I want when I get done working. I eat it before I go to bed. Like the last all week, I ate the whole jar. I just finished it tonight. Every night, a slice of sourdough with that choke cherry jam has been set me up. I used to just like grab a cheese stick and like a slice of turkey, or like a slice and a slice of turkey.
What the hell is a chokeberry?
Choke
That
cherry,
sounds chokeberry. You
cherry.
said choke cherry. That
Well, I
sounds
mean,
even worse.
technically, it's a berry.
Yeah. And next week I'm gonna start the mulberry jam, so it's gonna be really good.
They got something that's similar to like a cranberry that grows down here that I was looking at.
I like just
But they can like you can do a bunch of different crap with it. But apparently they grow like weeds down here.
I'm really excited for ours plums to take off again because the plum jam is immaculate and his plums are good. So I eat a lot of plums when they're going.
Oh, I I bet ours plums are really good.
Yep, they fit right in my mouth.
Yeah.
Nice to see.
You just got to try real hard enough to get the
Peach
limb in
fuzz.
your mouth.
Yeah. I want to get it caught in my teeth. It's
To the
His
tilt.
so cute.
So Justin, you and I were talking about those cold steel shovels.
Yeah.
So we got a few in, and they sold like that. So I ordered some more. I got the short handle and the long handle. I can't
Nice.
decide which one I want.
Short.
See, that's kind of where I'm leaning because like it's the one that's the better like overhand thrower. But then if you ended up needing a shovel, not a weapon, the longer
The longer
handle
handle's
makes
gonna
more
be
sense
better.
for that yeah.
Some legit USGI ones. So
No, these are the shit. I've got one of those folding goofy
I
e-tools.
got the full wood handle one that has the head that folds over. And I just have one in each one of our vehicles. Good enough.
This is legit. This is legit. Like you can like
This came from
you watch the cold steel video from like 9 years ago on YouTube. Like they're splitting hog skulls with it.
yeah.
They're
Wow.
fucking shut up with that damn thing.
EDC.
Overhand throwing them like an axe and sticking them.
Or you could just carry a tomahawk that's like half the weight and twice as
could, but here's what's cool. You carry
Are
a
you gonna dig
shovel
a
in your
shovel?
vehicle. It's just a shovel. Like it's not a weapon. Till you, I mean, at least till you implement it as such. But like you can choke up on it, put your finger behind the curled edge of the the shovel part.
Yeah, and you strip
like, you can use it. You can use it for like kitchen work. You can brace it against your arm and use it to like block hits, and you can smack them with the handle. You can chop them with the side of the head.
Hopefully, I can see that you're trying to justify the want for this purchase, but
it's $23.
Hold on. At the end of the day, you're just going to cut stuff with your pocket knife because you always have one on you. And at the end of the day, if you need to block and/or prairie attacks and/or bust the boar's head open, you're just going to pull your EDC piece, brother, and make distance. So you're not going to stick some dude hit you while you forearm block a possible prairie because you're like Gimli over there. You ding-a-ling. Just say you want it because it's cool, and then I'll let you have it.
But I mean, yeah, like when they were under when they're wholesaling at 23 and they go in, or you can catch them on sale at 20. They're fun to have for $20. Like
say you want it, like people buy the Spartan sword and that little half spear at Tractor Supply.
Hey, fuck you, the Sog. I own one of those. Don't talk shit about that.
Just say that you want it because it's cool, and I'll say yes, it is cool. Waffle, you're right. You should get it.
You're not cool if you don't own one of those
That
Sogs.
it's cool.
You're cutting fucking green onions with your rice with it. That's not what the fuck you want it for. You want it.
I might. They're pretty sharp. Like out of the box, you can just hold them up at like hip height and let them go, and they'll through the cardboard outer box they ship in.
Your fucking pocket knife.
Don't cut your pinky toe off.
Oh my god. You want it because it's cool.
It is
just
cool. Like it's a fixed inanimate object.
You throw it in the truck, and it makes some sort of practical. If you need to dig out, or you need some track, or whatever.
If you get stuck in your truck on the way to work, guess what? You can shovel yourself up a little bit.
Dakota fire pit after you made your salsa, and you want to get stuck in the mud with your lady. You got to get a little Dakota fire hole going so that you can
just
try
don't poke bears on my side. He said he bought the short one for hiking. It's much easier to fit in a pack. You're not digging trenches. You're just digging a latrine or a fire hole.
See? You're
I
not
think
cutting
the short
ones over here. You're not making fish sticks out in the wild.
one. Keep
You're
it
digging.
going. Keep dogging on me while I go take a leak.
No, it's not dogging on you. That's shoveling you. I'm digging it.
Digging the hole,
You're gonna name,
literally.
what is that? The Smack'ems frog? What do they call that? The Diggums frog?
I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
call it codename Diggums.
Lawfully's new code name is Diggums.
I like to think that he laughed really hard at that while he's taking a leak.
He probably did.
Lovely lady, if you're looking for something to get him for this Father's Day, because he may be missing out on a other role, get him a cold steel shovel, but you have to get him on video cooking with that fucking thing because I will laugh really hard.
Tell him he's not allowed to open it until he's ready to cook fish sticks or something with it.
A romantic camp dinner with that as the main course preparing tool. And maybe even serve it on it. That'd be hot. Wouldn't that be hot? Look at his lumberjack beard. He comes over, pulls up his EDC. Hey, baby, you like my Walther? And the thing that it's pointed at, and then he serves you whatever he dishes up on the cold steel shovel.
And
How romantic! See, I am for the romantic. I like picnics. You should do that. Have him show you to dig. Have him dig you a Dakota fire pit with that thing, and then prepare you a delicious meal.
right now he's thinking of more cooking excuses to use with that shovel. I can flip it. I can rotate a
I
pizza.
can stir my ramen noodles way easier with a fucking shovel. He's like, oh man, I can't wait to open this Starkiss Tuna Kiss packet and eat it with my shovel.
Because we don't have those 30-cent those 30-cent can openers.
Good thing I got my P38 and my cold steel fucking shovel for this can of Spam.
Redundancies.
I guess you won't have to carry a plate and or a cutting board with it.
Nah, you just cook your food right over the fire with the cold steel shovel.
True. Not
First
even
off,
need a
you've
pan.
done two things to me. One, I can't cook with it because it's got some weird enamel spray paint on it. I don't want cancer. And two, her parents listen. Like I saw my channel on their TV yesterday.
Well, I don't know. I don't
Three,
think I did anything bad.
and three, I have cats.
You
So I
you
have
have
food.
to be delicious on a shovel. What was three?
We all agreed the cat works.
She said, "Rat."
Word? That's weird.
It's a pest deterrent.
The shovel's painted so you can't. Oh yeah, don't poke the bear. Oh dear.
See, he knows. He already owns one.
Well, I don't have one. Sorry, I don't plan on cooking with a shovel ever in my life. Jeez. I didn't know this was a what is that, a loan where you get 10 items to bring with you, and I didn't pick a knife for some retarded reason.
You mean Naked and Afraid, and they get like one, maybe two, depending on what season it was.
And things. The dude won with one of those cold steel things sharpened, but I think he also had a knife. The dude with the red hat that puts matches in it, Fowler. He won one season. He had one. That was one of it. He was like the only guy that's ever brought it on the show. Remember that? His area had like one little piece of sunlight, and he had to like stand in it for like 20 minutes a day, and that was the only sunlight that could touch his skin. And he just stood there with his face in it, and it like made him happy because he was getting like super depressed. Do you remember that?
No, because I've never watched that show.
No, it was my fall asleep show.
Are you serious? That's a great show.
I will tell you this though, some of them will piss you off as somebody that knows a little bit of outdoor stuff and things like that. You sit there and you kind of do like you don't yell at the TV, but you call people idiots for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah, some of them are a little bit more what you may want.
Oh, good scritches.
Well, I'm glad to watch the show and know that I'm heavily invested in the Glock and refuse to become a Walther guy.
That's fine. I don't disagree with it. I wouldn't either if they hadn't given me the factory tour and made me an armor and given me two of them.
Yeah,
I would have never known what the other side looked like either.
yeah. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no if I was just getting them handed out. But
It's weird how this cat can simultaneously smell so good,
just in case snacking, we
and
made it
also bring all the like pollen and shit in on her belly.
pollen and shit. And you think that's what their parents need to watch on their TV?
I love animals. They understand. She's over here like, love is Walter, and the thing is pointed at.
Well, I didn't just say, yo, check out this schlong, dog.
I mean, it's acceptable.
Yeah, that was as gentlemanly EDC related as it could have gotten in wiener humor. I don't think you can be angry at that.
No.
When are we going to meet up?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't plan to go above the Mason Dixon, so it'll have to be the next time you're coming through Arkansas.
Yeah, we don't have any plans to hit up anything summer wise yet.
And even if we were gonna, we shouldn't talk about it on the open internet.
No, they'd probably be on another Branson trip for but I don't know. We're planning on doing a lot of camping, so we might do a bunch of 3-day weekends here and just kind of do some fishing and camping, and maybe I'll have to get a cold steel or shovel so that way I can do some real prepping.
We're going on 2.5 hours, everybody. And we've got 6 watching, which is what we started with. If you've made it to the end, thank you. Throw a 1 in the chat. Give out some closing remarks. Any questions you've got, and we will try and wrap this thing up.
Make sure you like, share, sub to Lawfully Armed, one of my good friends. Even though we dog on each other because, I'm a dick. But I still love him. And Justin B., our other good friend, and Pat Riot, whom had to bail on us and fall asleep.
Yep.
I don't know. Is that's Pat above? But and as soon as he said that, he's off the screen. I don't know. He said he was going to sleep earlier, and then he was up there, and then now he's not. Oh.
There's nothing on this. No, it's just
I just kicked him so he's not there all night.
Oh.
How rude. I've just been standing here waiting to shower for your entire chat that I've been in here with you.
Eduardo Espinoza with a 1 in the chat. Don't Poke the Bear with a 1 in the chat. Who else is here? Rapid fire. Hit us up with those ones, your comments, or your closing statements.
You should post this in my Discord and see if you get more replays. That'd be interesting.
I did share your Discord earlier. Let's see if I still have it as my copy and paste. Ooh, I did.
Well, I mean, you should post this video in it and say, hey, I'd be appreciative of the watch hour / the subscription.
Nobody wants to listen to 2.5 hours of us ramble. Not when they're not there live to participate in it.
Why? I do it. I'm going to go back and listen to the beginning of this until I hopped in, and then I'm going to listen to a couple of my things that I'm sure I'll get yelled at for later, but it's worth it.
Don't poke the bear. If you can find yourself with the modicum of resilience to like not impulse purchase and save up just a little extra and go Walther, they have a 30-day money back guarantee. So you buy the gun at your local gun store for whatever the price is. Hopefully that's $100 or so under MSRP, because then you have 30 days. That's backwards for them. 30 days to decide if you like it or don't like it. And when I say don't like it, I mean that might be I should have bought the full size instead of the compact, or I bought the compact frame, but I should have got the 4-inch barrel instead of the 4.6 threaded barrel because it's poking my dingling. Whatever the reason, you don't like it, you fill out that one return form, which is your name and information and your shipping address. They email you a FedEx label. You box it all up, kick it out the door, and in about 2 weeks, you get a paper check in your name that you can go at your bank and then go back and spend on whatever else. Whether you decide to go back and like put it on brakes on your car, or whether you cash a check and go buy another gun. Maybe you bought the wrong PDP the first time, but you're like, I like it, but I should have got the Pro. Whatever. Um, you got, besides a little bit of time between the initial purchase and the getting your funds back, you got nothing to lose to try it out. 30-day money back guarantee.
What he said.
Well, if it's an availability issue, buy it off like guns.com or wherever. I mean, that deal goes for up to MSRP, and it includes sales tax and like any like transfer fees or whatever. Like they got it in pretty plain normal English that they'll recoup you up to MSRP. So I mean, as long as you find one somewhere and get it in your hands locally.
It would like a range, so I could just shoot one, so I could say that I shot one for you, but I don't know anybody that has one at the range here.
So they do have a higher bore axis, and they're oversprung. So initially they do feel like more flippy because of the higher bore axis, and then because they've got like that 18-pound recoil spring. So they like, you initially misinterpreted it as it being really flippy. What it is that it snaps back down hard. You get used to some of that pretty quick, after a couple hundred rounds and just getting used to it. Sizing the right back strap to your hand makes a big difference. And then from there to get it to where it just tracks flat, ZRT Tactical, ZRTS sells a couple different options of recoil spring, but they sell their like just captured drop-in 15-pound recoil spring, and that's the cat's meow if you're wanting like duty reliability, because you get the stainless steel guide rod and you get a 15-pound spring, so it adds a little bit of weight, like an extra 40 grams to the front of the gun. Yeah, that 15-pound spring, which is still duty rated, so like if you're shooting plus P ammo or whatever, major power factor ammo. If it were just going to be a gamer gun and you're not worried about it, you can do the 13-pound spring. And then for the long slide guns, the 4.5 or the 5-inch guns, they sell their long stroke system, which gives you an uncaptured recoil spring and guide rod, and it actually lets the slide travel back like an extra 3/4 of an inch. So it's almost like the Stoner 63 or the Knight's Arm light machine gun, the Lamb or whatever.
I like how Glock
The
stripped
constant recoil.
to like two or three kills and then
Glock in all their infinite wisdom, after blowing smoke up everybody's ass for 7 years, telling you that the double captured recoil spring was better. Now in the Gen 6, they've gone back to the single spring. The same part number for the Gen 3 19 recoil spring is the recoil spring for all the Gen 6s. So
I'm aware. I have a Gen 5. I don't have a Gen 6. I have a Gen 4 that I would like to remind everybody I carried for duty, and I have coming close to 9,000 rounds on that pistol. Super reliable. I'll probably be buried with it because nobody wants a Gen 4 because of the finger grooves and the double recoil spring that Lawflame's just so kindly mentioned. Almost
I have
10,000
a
round
I got
pistol.
a Dremel. I can get rid of finger grooves real easy.
Almost 10,000 round pistol. Very reliable. I love that gun. Now, compared to my Gen 5, I'm taking my Gen 5 in a heartbeat because I'm locked in with this Gen 5. And I
poke the bear.
don't think I get a Gen 6 because
DM me on Instagram or Discord, and we will find you somebody local to you that we can get you on to.
I'd rather have a Smith over a Canic.
All federal and state local laws apply. TM. Cool. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks for tuning in to the Lawfully Armed Thursday, or the Lawfully Armed TMT Thursday Takeover chat.
My chats are on Tuesdays and Sundays.
Tune in to Tactical Muffin Top Tuesdays and Sundays, approximately 7 p.m. Central, 7:30 Central. Eat more.
Banger this Sunday.
Eat more. Move more, eat less, drink water, kiss your loved ones. Lawfully armed out for now.
Kiss more meat. Stay vigilant, get fit, stack food and water, build a trusted community, and work together. Have a great evening. Like, share, and sub to my friend, Lawfully Armed.
And Budget Survival Dad on YouTube.
Budget Survival Dad, a.k.a. Justin B., but nobody knows that.
One word, Budget Survival.
I got nothing.
Hashtag Kipper Gang.
Hashtag Kipper King. I like me some Kipper. I just got some. I found 8 at my dollar.
Yeah, they're so I've been seeing them on. I've been seeing the shelf label for like several months now at my local Walmart, but I ain't never seen them on the shelf yet.
Tomorrow's finally Friday. Get it. Enjoy your weekend. God bless America.
I am on oysters right now. There's like a butter.
Oysters are delicious.
You nasty booger sucking.
No. And sardines. I'm on sardines too. They're good for you.
Did he kick himself out?
I don't know. Yeah, he forgot how to
And
get.
it's running. Nice.
So anyway, oysters and sardines are technically a superfood, and Muffin Top has been. I haven't been able to get the